You are now listening to the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello!
This is Matt.
And Emily from Scarecrow Video in Seattle, Washington. Did you know that we have the largest video collection in the world? We have over 146,000 titles and growing. That's over 3 times more than Netflix, Amazon, Max, and Hulu combined.
Plus, Scarecrow now offers rent-by-mail service throughout the U.S., so check out scarecrowvideo.org for details. You can catch Emily and I, or Matt and I, if that was going to be you saying that, on our bi-weekly YouTube show, Viva Physical Media, for video recommendations and so much more.
See ya!
Bye!
Hello there, and welcome back.
What is this place?
Disconnected.
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 I'm starting to feel disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hello, all, and welcome to another wonderful June Thursday night, live this time with Rachel. This is only the second time. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Rachel Bellwoar, wonderful writer, wonderful friend, wonderful film enthusiast. Stoked to have you here. We get to tease a little something you got coming up tonight.
Yeah, that's always happy. Don't usually get to do that, so that's cool too.
Something to promote that's not just a piece of my little magazine is always nice. So glad to have you here for that. One thing is we had you back on, and immediately you were like, "Let's talk about some dancing." That's not something I get to talk about very often. You like dance?
I love dance because I wanted to do something about musicals, and I know you did a rock musical one with Nathaniel Thompson.
Pretty recently. Oh, that one, yeah.
That one, yeah. And yes, you did the rock and roll one too, but so I was trying to find a different twist, and I was watching this one movie, which will come up later, but and it just kind of like, specifically dances in musicals, and I also thought of like, what's the movie, Life of Chuck, I think that's the title, where they have that one part 2 in the movie, and all of a sudden they start dancing, and like that's such a bright spot, and like that's why I liked the movie. And it's just dance in films. I like when people break into dance. I know sometimes that's the thing people don't like about musicals, the randomness of the dancing, but I love it, and it just seems like a fun thing to focus on. So
yeah, it's going to be a fun topic. You brought it up, and immediately I had a handful of like childhood favorites, and I laughed so hard when I was getting our links ready today because ours are so different. You are such a classic Hollywood person, and some of mine are comedy, some of mine are silly. I even have an animated scene I'm stoked to talk about.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about it.
Exactly. I like so much genre isn't really the right word, but the way that filmmakers really focus on this portion of capturing a really interesting physical thing on screen. It's just an interesting way to approach it.
Completely agree.
Let's dive into some of our normal stuff. What have you been picking up lately?
All right, I got the pile back here.
Terry.
All right. All right, so are we doing pickups first or what we've watched recently?
Let's do pickups first.
Okay, deal. All right, so the pickups are here. All right, so first things first, I got this really cool set from Vinegar Syndrome.
Ooh, nice.
They have, it's like their Ténébrés Français, so it's a bunch of French thrillers. I haven't gotten to watch any yet, but basically all they had to tell me was one of them had Rami Schneider in it, and I knew I had to pick that up, and also Klaus Kinski's in one, so I'm really excited to dive into this one.
Is there anything Kinski wasn't in? Kidding, but I mean, maybe not.
There's a time period where he just showed up.
Yeah.
And then this is one I'd never heard of before, the Dark Backward with Bill Paxton and Judd Nelson. Completely blind buy, but I just liked the cast and I liked the weirdness of it going from the trailer. So excited to try that one. And then here are the Guilty Need to Review. Really want to, but just haven't had time to review them yet. So I'll shame myself that I haven't gone to them yet. But one is Lisa the Fox Fairy from Cauldron Films, which I'm really
nice.
I like. It's a kitsune mythology story, which I think is really cool. And It also has I forget if it's a video essay by Kat Ellinger, so excited to watch that one for the first time. From Kino Lorber, I've got the sci-fi film Unearthly Stranger, which looked really cool, and like sometimes I don't always watch the big 50s sci-fi, I think it's 50s, 60s sci-fi films, but I think they're really fun, and this one's another one that I'd never heard of before. It's got 2 commentaries, so it just looked visually beautiful, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
Am I remembering right? Was that one of the made-for-TV ones? Is Amanda on that one?
Amanda's not on this one. This one's Gary Girani and one with Brian Reisman and Max Every. No, I think it's British. So it has like some Avengers actors and
got it.
But yeah, it seemed interesting.
Yeah, the poster alone is kind of like it draws you in because it's also, very unique.
They did the cool, which I like when they make the slipcover different than the box art.
I love the cover on the case. I love that sleeve. Yeah,
and I like Kino always puts the plastic wrap over the slipcover too, so I always like when they don't just do it inside. So yeah, that I'm excited. Another Kino is what's it called? The Lost Man, with Sidney Poitier, and the actress was I don't know if they were married yet, Joanna Shimkus, but they would become married, and I really liked her. Forget which, but there was another Kino release, the Sean Paul Belmondo film that she was in, that was really good, and I liked her there. And then in the commentary, they mentioned, she eventually married Sidney Poitier, and I think this is the only film they acted in together. So I'm really from that moment when I watched that Belmondo film, I'd been interested in it, and then Kino announced it. So I'm really excited to check that one out.
Nice.
And one Criterion, which I have seen this one before, but Body Heat. Great I love movie. Kathleen Turner. I think she's amazing. Now I have like the trifecta of Kathleen Turner movies, which is this one, Serial Mom, and I forget the title, but one she did by Ken Russell with Anthony Perkins that Arrow released. Can't think of the title right now, but that's like to me the trifecta of really cool Kathleen Turner movies, and yeah, I'm really excited to watch this one again. That's the one I have seen this before, so I definitely can recommend this one.
Nice.
But yeah, that's my recent pickups. How about you?
Not a ton, funny enough. I don't see a lot of people talking about the new Mondo Macabro, so I really wanted to share a couple of those. Morbo is one that when they announced this, I think they soft announced this last year that it was coming, and just to be able to have this is really exciting. It's from 1972. It's Spanish. It's supposed to be great. I heard about this years ago, and to finally have it is wild. Love that they put this out. Can't really show the wooden penis movie, but Marquis looks great. And then the big one, Blood Rose. Saw this years ago. This is really well done. The new art that they've got on this one is pretty great. Eager to see the restoration on this. Can't show the cover on that one. Okay. So the last one, contributor copy came in of this wonderful imprint Philip Seymour Hoffman box set. God, I love the spot gloss on the silver there. The big thing is we worked on Owning Mahoney. This movie is incredible. Edited a visual essay on this about gambling in movies. And then we also did an audio commentary with the director, or not the director, the author of the original book. And it's one of the better commentaries that we've worked on. I think the personal stories and drawing all that out is really, really fun. And it's, I don't know, he was, when you're talking about a crime movie and the author of the book who spent so much time with the guy that was charged with all these crimes just to learn about it, it's a really fascinating approach to a commentary, which is very frank and very open discussion, which is great. Will draws a lot of really good information out of him. And I think if you've never seen Owning Mahoney, which I feel like it's underappreciated or underseen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It's a great commentary. It's a Canadian story about a guy that got addicted to gambling and hid it and got away with a lot of stuff. And then the way he got caught is really interesting, and just all of it behind it is fun and silly. And Philip Seymour Hoffman, he's kind of a perfect actor. So even in such a bumbling character type of story, he knocks it out of the park. It's amazing.
Yeah. Is the writer happy with how they adapted his book, or does he feel it's accurate?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. There's a couple things that they knew they wanted to change just to be respectful and not do anything that would be maybe a little weird, but he does talk about that in the commentary, and it's a fun one. So yeah, it's great. It's good story.
Yeah.
What about watching it? I'm dying to hear what you've been watching, because you always have some really good lists and fun brand new discoveries. So hit us with them.
Well, thank you. All right. So, one I'm watching came with the Vinegar Syndrome, but I started watching my friend Lucas, Eurocrime Verities, and this set is awesome. I've only watched 2 of the 3. I think the third we plan on watching either this weekend or early next week. But the Franco Nero one, what's it called? The Day of the Cobra, that's the standout so far. Like, I started with that one, and I don't know if they're going to be able to top it. It's Frank, what's its name? Franco Nero getting to play a private investigator with the trench coat. It's like full Humphrey Bogart mode, and it's just so fun and a really good story. It's got a really good theme song. The Day of the Cobra comes up in the song. It's really a great time. I really enjoyed that one. And then we also watched the Thomas Millian one, which is the Rascals Gang, aka the Dirty Gang. That one it's good. Not as standout, but it has a sense of humor, which saves a lot of the plot. Is so. Millian, as usual, camping it up. It has some fun moments. Luke Miranda is in it too, and I haven't gotten to watch all the bonus features yet, but they had a new interview of him that was really good. But yeah, like I said, both movies are good. Cobra is fantastic, and just off of that, this collection is very much worth a pickup. What else? This one I watched actually like more last month, but I just wanted to bring it up because I don't know if it's getting the attention it deserves. It's a really cool pre-code movie called It's a Wise Child. I think like before this release, it was really hard to watch. It is fantastic. It's funny. Marion Davies, there's a biography out there by Laura Gabriel. If you look up Marion Davies' biography, it'll come up. That's super good, and that's what got me interested in seeing her films. And also there's a Peter Bogdanovich film where Kirsten Dunst plays Marion Davies, and that's kind of what started. But I haven't actually seen too many of her films, and this one is a great introduction. She did a lot of silent comedies too, and I'm actually excited. I did a Kickstarter campaign that Undercrank Productions did, and if ever there's a movie that they put out on Kickstarter and you're mildly interested, do it, because they've been updating through the whole process. I think the Blu-rays are going to be coming next month, and I bring it up not to like, oh, I got it, but you can't get it. It's going to have a general release. So that one's going to be one of her silent films, which I haven't tried. But yeah, if ever you get the opportunity, it's just been so fun getting the updates. And it makes it feel like you're part of the process. But anyway, back to this one. This one's Warner Archive. It's hilarious. It's funny. I reviewed it for Comic-Con if you want more detailed about the plot, but it's the camera loves Marion Davies, and I really, really hope this one gets attention, because I don't know if she did as many once it went into silent, because actually in the biography she had a stutter, which when she was, I think, doing scripts, it didn't come up as much, but in real life she definitely had one. So I don't know if her career went silent. She did do some talkies, but not as many. But yeah, and she's hilarious. So highly recommend that one. And then to bring up Deaf Crocodile, which is always a great company. I finally got to break into this one, and this one is wild. The film I thought I would like the best is actually not my favorite. That was The Restless Blood. It has all of these visually, these movies can't be beat. But that was the melodrama, and what disappointed me in that one plot-wise was there's like 2 sisters and they both like the same guy, and I kept waiting for them to have like their Joan Crawford or Betty Davis moment where one of them like goes full evil, and they kind of don't. They just get sad about this guy who doesn't deserve them fighting over him. So visually beautiful, but it just didn't have that like all hell gets loose moment that I kept waiting for and I thought would come. And then even like at the end you think you're gonna get it, and then it kind of pulls back, and it was disappointing in that sense. But the real standout is this movie called Sensuella. which is absolutely brilliant
Yep.
and weird. And they compare it to John Waters and Russ Meyer, and it's a valid comparison. There's reindeer castration scenes, which is a sentence or a phrase you don't think you're going to have to use, but that's a big plot point in that movie. And back to your visual, you and Bill did a video essay on not that one, but Restless Blood. That was good. I stopped it because I hadn't watched the other films yet, and it was getting into the plots, but I plan on going back. But what's cool about Sensibella is the only color film in the set, and it was actually one that the director, DiTullio, remade, and you get the original version too, so it's fun. I like doing the comparison stuff. So
very different too.
Yeah. And it has the same actress, who the actress is great, who's in Cross of Love and Restless Blood. It's the same actress, so you get to see more sides of her. I think it's a better role in the Cross of Love for her. But yeah, this is really good. Yeah, I'm glad you're sold because it's worth it. Like I said, a lot of movies want to say they're like John Waters and Russ Myers, and it's just like, yeah, you wish. But no, this one has definitely that same kind of feeling to it. So this is a really fun set. And to do one more box set,
Adam is calling out that reindeer castration, and by the way, that's literally like, I don't know, like 4.5 minutes into the movie, so it's literally like, hello, here it is.
Yep, and and then there's callbacks to it. They don't let it go. So it's a weird one, but in a good way. Good in a weird in a good way. And this was one I got to review, and that's currently getting published in Comic-Con. But from Severin. These movies are wild. I went on a journey with them because, and it really is a set where watching them all together, you get to, I mean, they all standalone films. Like there's no like continuation plot wise, but you really get to see her develop as a director. And I had never seen any of her films beforehand. And I think the most recent one, which is The Ice Tower, I like, if you like Pan's Labyrinth and Alexandra Helen Nicholas and her visual essay brings up Spirit of the Beehives. If you like those kind of fairy tale films, they're from a kid's perspective where it's like these traumatizing things are happening, but they put it in the framework of a fairy tale. The Ice Tower is to me the standout. Also, this movie called Evolution, which is, they're all very different movies too. Evolution is more sci-fi, and that's from a little boy's perspective. And he's living on this island with all these other little boys and their mothers, but the quotation marks are necessary because they're up to no good. And it's like, why are they here? They're all making the kids think they're sick, but are they really sick? They're definitely dark movies because and a lot of them involve children, so that adds another layer of trauma.
Makes it better.
Yeah, it does. They're really good child actors too. So those two were my favorites. Earwig is the one that I will have to watch again because that was the most challenging. It's the thing about or what I discovered about this director, she really puts the visuals, or she tries to tell the story visually more than dialogue. And Earwig is like the real test of how much can we not have people talk in this movie. And also it's the only one that really takes an adult's perspective, even though I'd argue it kind of splits the perspective between multiple characters, and to me that kind of weakens it as well. And also the adult man in question is not the character I want to spend time with. I like the little girl. So that one was the most challenging, but they're just really powerful films. It was a really cool deep dive. There's a lot of interviews with the director on this set, and it's just a really interesting new discovery. And like I said, she's still active. The Ice Tower just came out last year. I wish I had seen it in theaters because it is really fantastic. But yeah, I'm curious to see what she has next, and I'm glad. I wish they could have made it because I think there's just a few short films that are missing, so it's not quite the complete set of what she's done so far. But it's like so close that you wish it just had the missing films. But it's very much worth it, and I love Severin's packaging. I love each one has its own cover. It's gorgeous. And the booklet essay, there's actually two, but the one by Stephen Thrower especially is really brilliant. and well worth the read. So yeah, I definitely recommend that set. It technically, I think it started shipping already. If you pre-ordered it, but it technically doesn't come out until the end of this month. But yeah, it's worth checking out. Especially, I know Severin has a sale coming up, so I don't know if this will be on sale yet.
It won't be.
But if you need to get free shipping, here you go.
I of course, as I do often, I'm an idiot and pre-order that with something that doesn't come out for like another month, so I'll probably be waiting a while. But I'm eager to see it. I think Earwig had a release in the UK from Anti-Worlds, I think, and
Okay.
yeah, I think that's the only one that I'd seen or even like had referenced anywhere. So I'm very curious about this. RFV, and I don't want to put you on the spot on this, so if you have no idea, you can say it. But RFV wants to know, what's the correct pronunciation of the last name of the filmmaker? Do you know?
You know what? I deliberately avoided it because she says it a lot, and I kept paying attention, like I would get it. And I think it really had some. She made it seem so easy, and I hate. And you caught me because I was avoiding it because I just felt stupid that I didn't know.
Silent Mandible says Hadzi Halivovich.
Yeah, it really is how it sounds, but somehow it's still complicated. Yeah, I deserve to say it, but I didn't attempt it. But she's really interesting, and like I said, I wish there's like only, I think French is her first language, and there's only one interview that she actually gets to speak in French in, and I kind of, not that her English is amazing, and I don't know multiple languages, but I just wish sometimes they had allowed her to just speak in French, because I think that interview, or maybe it just was a really good interview, but that one stood out to me.
Yeah. Love this comment from Vinny that says, I just got my copy of Tomorrow in the mail today. We'll watch later tonight. Oh, gosh, that's time travel in a sentence. We probably shipped you that tomorrow. Congrats. Enjoy it. It's a great movie. Let's see. Rafa says, I don't have a Deaf Crocodile tile in my haul, but I need to pick up their Blu-rays and 4Ks. Look beautiful. Have to buy it. Yeah, you got it. There's some great ones. And Rafa, I think you're over in Europe. Deaf Crocodile isn't shipped there, but you can get them from Diabolic and Orbit. Let's see. What have I been watching? Saw Obsession again in the theater. Took my wife. That was a good time. This is very different than what you were talking about, but I just watched Godzilla King of the Monsters with my kids.
Okay.
Not a killer. That's the first time I've seen it. Not a great movie in the Godzilla oeuvre, but it was a mess in
is that a new
way,
one? Because I get confused with the numbering and the titles.
It's like 7 or 8 years old, something like that. It's Michael Dougherty, the one that did Trick or Treat in the 2000s. That director. I don't know. It's an interesting movie because like Mothra shows up and a bunch of the other monsters, but I don't know. It just seems like they were throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and it all just kind of fell off and made a mess. I don't know. Watched a couple other things over this week that I can't talk about yet, of course, but there is a lot of really great stuff out there. One of the things I wanted to highlight is, it seems like every week I'm getting comments about people that say there aren't any good movies being made anymore, and it's just such a joke. If you are seeking out things, you will find lots of great modern films. Cannot wait to talk about some of them, but check it out on streaming. Check them out in theaters. Check them out. I mean, there's great stuff on YouTube that's being released there, and it's wild what distribution has turned into, but we're here to try to help change some of that antenna. Let's discuss dance a little bit more. Did you ever dance when you were younger? I am a 2 left feet kind of person, so it was never an opportunity.
I always loved dancing, but I never actually did it, which has hurt, because in college I actually got to take some dance courses. I'm an English major, but they just had some, and then I ended up taking every single dance course they had, which is exactly what I was supposed to spend my tuition on. But it just was such a joy to me. But then afterwards, because I tried to look for adult classes, but there's this expectation that you have this background, and none of the adults are beginners. It's just kind of one class, so it kind of, I really wanted to keep it going after college, but I haven't. But I've always liked dancing. I don't know if I'm good or bad, but I like doing it.
A lot of times it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And I think anyone can dance. I know, I had in high school, I remember dances. Nobody wanted to dance at dances, and I just could not comprehend it. Because I just think it's fun. It's what you're it's just, I love the expression. I love to watch it. I love to do it. And yeah, so I don't have a lot of experience, but I should do it more because it made me happy. But I just don't make time for it. But yeah, I love dancing. How about? But you said 2 left feet. But do you like dancing or just?
No, I mean I'm 6'5". I'm an awkward ogre basically. It doesn't work. But I mean I'll go with what you said and essentially throw out this inspirational message and say you can dance if you want to, and if your friends try to hold you back, you can leave your friends behind.
Yeah, that's basically what I had to do because they just would stand there and make it like a talking thing. It's like I don't want to talk. I want to just be, no. It's just fun.
I mean, it always looks fun. I gotta be honest, it's one of the more impressive things. I mean, proper dancing, like on beat with like difficult actual, I don't want to say like choreography, but like planned abilities on display is always very impressive. Anything from like break dance to proper swing dance. I mean, we've talked about it before, but I was one of those kids that loved ska in the 90s. And so like the swing movement really took me, and watching people properly do swing dancing always got to me because it looks so fun, but also nothing I could ever do in any of my wildest dreams. I mean, literally, if I was dreaming, I'd probably still fall on my face.
I believe in you. I think it's still to come. That'll be your reinvention.
Oh God, we need to reinvent me some legs then, because it is not going to work. Let's break into it then. Let's talk about some announcements, and we'll get into the dance after everything tonight. So stick around for those. We're even going to show some clips tonight. So hang out for the rest of the show. Let's do it. Second Sight was our first announcements for this week. This first one, we have been hearing about this coming for, again, kind of like Possession, but this has been like 2.5, 3 years in the making. August 10th, we are getting a limited edition Blu-ray release and a standard edition Blu-ray release over in the UK from Second Sight of Dead Man's Shoes from 2004. This says a former paratrooper returns to his hometown in the Midlands seeking revenge on a gang of thugs that violently tormented his vulnerable younger brother. I have never seen this one. I've heard it's great. Have you been able to see this one?
I have not, and everything I'm reading is it's great. I don't think I can watch it just because I know I have a little brother with special needs, and it just like every red flag is going off. And it was like one of those films where it was so good, but I let myself be spoiled on it. Like I read the whole Wikipedia article, and I don't think I can go near this film, even though it looks like an amazing release and everything says how good it is. But I just think it's a stay away film for me.
I'm considering this one. Same thing. I mean, I've got 2 kids with autism. I've worked as a therapist with kids with special needs. It is a lot, no matter what. Like it's something that weighs on you for a long time. And I don't know. This movie sounds fantastic. Yeah. So extras on this. We get a new audio commentary with the director and the producer, new commentary by Andrew Graves and John Towson. We got a legacy commentary with Shane Meadows, the director, and a couple of the actors. We get a new interview with Shane Meadows and Mark Herbert. We get a new interview with Toby Kebbell, a new interview with one of the other actors, Gary Stretch. We have an interview with the DP. And then the regular like deleted scenes, extended takes, alternate ending, all that fun stuff, plus a short film. And then the book that comes in this is 120 pages with new essays by Anna Cale, Tim Coleman, Matt Glasby, Joel Harley, Ella Kemp, and Hannah Strong. Plus, they have a graphic novel in this and 6 art cards. This is so much for a release for a film that, I've heard great things, but I also feel like hardly anybody has seen this. So just to see so much love given to a film like this always makes me excited.
Yeah, it's a beautiful set, and you can be sure the packaging is going to be gorgeous. Yeah, Second Sight know what they're doing. Yeah, and we talk about the gorgeous set. This is incredible artwork on the cover of this. I love the way this thing looks. This looks great. Next up, August 10th, they are also doing a limited edition 4K release and then a standard 4K and standard Blu-ray of The Name of the Rose from 1986. This is the Sean Connery film, and a hell of a big cast in this one. You got Ron Perlman, you got Christian Slater.
I've heard nothing but great things. Somehow, never been on my watch list. I know Imprint put this out a couple years ago. I've wanted to see this, and this might just end up being the time. Have you seen The Name of the Rose?
When they announced this, I saw it was on Tubi.
Nice.
So I did watch it because it had too good a cast to miss, and it's a weird one. Sean Connery, like I wish they had done like a whole franchise of him playing the Sherlock Holmes monk. It is brilliant. The plot's a little weird. It's a little hard to keep up with. It's got great oddball characters. I mean, Ron Perlman's fantastic. Every actor is pretty good. It's also got some weird, like really long sex scene with Christian Slater. That did not feel necessary.
It's necessary.
Okay. But yeah, so there's some weirdness in it. I wish, like, there's a great movie in it. I just think there's a few decisions that could have been fine-tuned. And like I said, there could have been a whole franchise done with Sean Connery's character. He is, and they really milk it too. Like, they give him William of Baskervilles as his name. Like, it's really Sherlock Holmesian in style. So it's a really interesting film, and some of the bonus features on this one, I can see, and just the new interviews, I think that's really exciting. I would especially like to see, like, Christian Slater, because he's really young in this. I don't know where this fell in his career, like how he feels about it.
Colton is saying that he's underage while shooting this, and the sex scene was with him. That's awkward.
And there's a lot of, and it's like full frontal. Like I will say that they were even Steven with the male and female. Usually it's just female. But yeah.
Can I take back what I said now?
Yes, you can. Like I said, and I don't know that it was necessary. They really don't develop this. It's like she's like the only female character in this movie, and they do not develop her character at all. And it's just for this love story that they could have dropped. But it's still very worth watching. And like I said, I'm very curious how, looking back at this, however many years later, the actors feel about it.
So, like you mentioned, we got a new commentary with James Marsh. We got a commentary with the director on here that is an archival commentary. New interview with the director. New interview with Christian Slater. New interview with Ron Perlman. They got both of them. We got a new interview with the writer, and then we've got Umberto Eco's The Name of the Rose. We've got a 120-page book with new essays by Eugenio Ercolani, Jan Giacomo Petrone, Francesco Mascacesi. We got Sam Moore, Gregory Mucci, Dan Schindel, and Dean Whitney, plus 6 of their standard art cards like they always do. Interesting looking release. I mean, exciting. Just to get new interviews with Slater and Ron Perlman seems kind of crazy for this.
Yeah, that's exciting to me because I would, and like I was like reading like on Letterboxd, people were saying, "Oh, this is the first thing I saw with Ron Perlman," and so I think it must be early for him too. Even though I always knew him from Beauty and the Beast, which I don't know which he did first, the TV or the movie. But yeah, I think that's fantastic and good on Second Sight for getting those interviews.
Whew.
And I agree, Nadine Whitney is fantastic in the writing. I like her work as well.
Ronnie says not only was he underage when he filmed this, he was still 17 when this came out.
Oh boy. I didn't realize. Because like I have age blindness. Like I knew he was young, but I didn't realize he was underage.
Whew. All right. I feel like I need a shower. Next up, we got some releases from Imprint that were announced. Lots to cover from them this week. July 29th, they are putting out a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release of Danger Diabolic from 1968. This is the Bava film that has now had three different 4K UHD releases of this movie. The big thing that is brand new here is there is a 60-page hardcover booklet with a new essay by Danger Diabolic Historian, which that's a fun title. Leon Hunt, original production stills, and the original press kit. Most of the picture quality and all that, I imagined, is likely going to be very similar quality to the Eureka and Kino Lorber release. Yeah. The Eureka, to my eyes, is slightly better than the Kino, but I will say, if you've never seen this movie, this is excellent. Have you seen Danger Diabolic before? I
haven't, which is kind of wild. Like, I feel like I like the whole pulpy sensibility of it. But no, I have not seen it yet, and I should. Is the Kino one out of print? Because that's usually what I go to.
Not only not out of print, I believe their June summer sale is supposed to start next week, and it would not surprise me if it was on sale.
But I like that it has like a lot of the carryover bonus features because like I get sad when I see these movies go out of print and it just is this loss of these commentaries. So even though I wish there was some new stuff too, I like that they're keeping it alive no matter what edition you get. Because imprint, they're great.
Yeah, that is true. And if you're super big on extras, yes, like Mr. Fat Man says in the comments, the Eureka one is still the better release. It's got kind of everything and more, which is great. But superb film. Everybody needs to see it at some point. Next up, we've got July 29th, a Blu-ray double feature release of Hercules and the Captive Women and Hercules and the Haunted World. This is some films that have gotten many releases over the years, getting another box set release from Imprint. This has a new commentary by Troy Howarth and Eugenio Ercolani. It's got the old commentary by Tim Lucas. And then on Hercules and the Haunted World, we got a new commentary by Troy Howarth by himself. And then a new interview with the actress Ida Gali. And that is it. So a couple new things on this. Are you into the Peplum world at all?
Not so much, even though, the little fantasy of Hercules. And I watched before he turned into an asshole, the Hercules TV show with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Kevin Sorebutt, you mean?
Yeah, that's his name. You fixed it. But so I don't overly like the Roman big epics, but I do like that mythology. I have not seen these yet, but I like Troy Howarth is a genius. That Tim Lucas, any commentary he does is genius. So I would definitely be interested in it, but it's just one that I haven't gotten to yet.
I have had people try to get me into Peplum for years. I'm not super into this world, but I have a feeling I've just chosen some bad ones. I certainly need to see some more, so I might check that one out. The brand new Spielberg movie Disclosure Day getting a 4K Steelbook, a standard 4K Blu-ray and DVD because it's Spielberg, so of course it is. You can pre-order this one already. Are you getting to the theater much? You checking out many new films?
Not too much, and other than hearing and knowing this movie exists, I know really nothing about it. I haven't seen any of the trailers. It just really quietly went into theaters, which all I've been hearing is the news of why is the Spielberg movie not getting more conversation? That's what I've been seeing more than what actually is this one about. But no, I haven't been getting to the theater as much, unfortunately.
I get it, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm curious on this one. I'll stream it or something. We get to talk about Severin a lot this week. Their summer sale is coming up. This is coming on June 26th, and all of the titles that we're going to mention from Severin tonight are all going to be available during that time. We've got this first title, which is the first 4K release for the film The Manitou from 1978. This is the William Girdler film. And if you've never heard of this movie or seen it, this is William Girdler, who bought the film rights to the best-selling novel by Graham Masterton for what would become the most ambitious film of Girdler's career and a commercial triumph he would never live to see. Academy Award nominee Tony Curtis leads an all-star cast, including Michael Ansara, Susan Strasberg, Stella Stevens, Anna Sothern, and Burgess Meredith in this infamous 70s saga of tarot card hustlers, enormous neck tumors, a 400-year-old reincarnated medicine man, and naked demon space laser battles. If that didn't sell you, nothing will. This is going to have a commentary with indigenous scholars Callie Simmons and Shawano Chaduran, I believe is how you say that, I hope. We got an interview with the actor Joe Glebe. We got an interview with the special effects artist Tom Berman. Interview with the second AD on this, Helene Silver. We've got a visual essay by Jim Nipfel, author of Slackjaw. A couple extra interviews on this. Have you ever seen The Manitou?
I have not, but it's probably the one I'm most excited about that Severin have announced so far, which I love. Every day I check like clockwork at 12 o'clock and 2 p.m. And so I've been loving the long drawn out announcements and having something to look forward to. And this is the one that I will probably cave on because, the trailer, it looks weird, but I'm hearing that it's good weird. And I love Stella Stevens. Tony Curtis, I just got to write about for the Physical Media Advocate, which was a joy. Burgess Meredith is usually great in these kind of films. So that one, and I like the sounds of the commentary. I like that we're going to learn more about the Native American aspects of the film. I don't know how accurate it is. All I know is it looks like a wild time. William Girdler films are usually fun. So yeah, I'd never heard of it before. But I think this is one that they have convinced me that I need to see.
I will simply say highest of recommendations. This movie is weird in the way that you watch it and go, I mean, I feel like I have to watch it 3 or 8 more times just because.
Yeah, then 100%. I'm really glad to hear that because I was going on the cast, but your recommendation, yeah, that's exciting.
It's a good time. It's one that you'll likely find yourself compelled to revisit, which I can't really say about every film, so that's nice.
Okay.
Coming soon from Kino, we've got The Second Best Secret Agent in the Whole Wide World from 1965 and Where the Bullets Fly from 1966. These are a couple of English spy films that I had literally never heard of.
Me neither.
I love how Kino does this, though, and the best part is these will be for sale for $9 at some point, and it's like, I mean, I need free shipping, and these look kind of interesting, so why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd never heard of them before. I'd never heard of the cast before. I probably should watch because it's clearly like parodying James Bond. I have not seen those films either. So I probably should watch the originals, see the first Best Agent before I get into the second Best Agent. But I love the titles that Kino, the unheard ones. And I'm not sure if these are exactly my cup of tea, but I like that they're putting them out because the surprise ones, I think, sometimes are more fun than the ones that when you see, they've been released before, but these I don't think they have. And yeah, that just kind of makes them more exciting to me.
And 60 years later, they're getting new restorations, which is crazy. I love that aspect. Wow. Coming soon on 4K from Kino is Big Jake from 1971 with John Wayne. Rachel, how do you feel about John Wayne? Because I classically do not enjoy him.
Okay. I grew up with a lot of his films. I liked his westerns as a kid. I haven't seen this one. Never liked his war films as much. Like, I just like westerns in general, so I think that's what allowed for it. I haven't revisited them a lot as an adult, and having learned more about his politics and stuff, he doesn't sound great. But I mean, I think I still have a lot of nostalgia for like Rio Bravo. Kino recently announced El Dorado. So that's going to be my excuse to watch that again because I like Mitchum. But yeah, overall, and I mean, he plays a very similar role in a lot of his movies, but I also know I've liked a lot of his movies, so I can't say I'm completely immune to his charms. But yeah, it's just, I think I haven't really, since I learned more about him, I haven't, but as a kid, yeah, I liked True Grit, I liked Rio Bravo, yeah, so mixed feelings, and it's like, like I said, I haven't. And Tall in the Saddle was actually my favorite because Ella Raines, she's brilliant. So I guess I liked them for other people too. They were my favorite characters. But yeah, I've never seen this one. The only one I've seen, like McClintock with him and Maureen O'Hara, and he just hits her the whole time. So that's not great. But she's so cool, and she just ends up in these roles where the men try to make her obedient, and I hate that she falls into that in a lot of her films. But yeah, she should be the star. But yeah, I haven't heard of this, or I think I've heard the title before, but I don't know much about this one.
Same. And I mean, his politics sucks, but a lot of people love him.
Yeah.
I'm a big separate the art from the artist type of person. But,
agreed. Like I said, I did as a kid 100% enjoyed his films.
For this, I can't separate the artist from person that makes me feel like I want to take a cheese grater to my ears, but that's it.
Yeah. That's very valid.
Next, September 8th, we are getting a Blu-ray from Altered Innocence of The Cheat from 1984. This says, in Bordeaux, a murder investigation tied to a queer club pulls a married police inspector, into a dangerous affair with a young, handsome musician who may also be a suspect. As the investigation deepens, his involvement with the suspect begins to strain his marriage and blur the boundaries between his professional and private life. I have heard nothing but great things about this one. Never had a chance to see this. This is a brand new restoration on the film. We've got Between Identity and Emotion, Reflection on the film. That's 47 minutes long. We get a new trailer for this, and it is region free, so anybody can see it. Altered Innocence. You checked out much from them ever?
I have like there's a movie. Oh, what's that one called? Starfish, I think, is Altered Innocence. It's really good, and I think, going to be releasing this film. What's it called? Gypsy something that was really good, and I can't think of the title. But they announced, they teased that they're going to be releasing it soon. I like what they put out. I have never heard of this one before, but I trust their creation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely be interested in checking it out.
Yeah, Frank has great curation. I think you are the only other person I've ever heard mention Starfish. So well done.
Have you seen that one?
I've seen most of their catalog, and Starfish is pretty decent.
I adore that movie. That's one where there's a lot of silence, but the way they use music, and the actress, who I can't think of her name, but she's also on the TV show Runaways. I think something with a V. But I think she's one of the fresh faces. She was also in that movie where they're up on the pole, the two girls, the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Fall? Yeah. I just like what she picked, some really cool choices. Like, there'll be like B-movie in idea, but they'll be really well executed. And that it's really a showcase. That is her movie, Starfish, and she's fantastic. Virginia Gardner, I think that's her name.
All right, good memory. Next up, we have not talked about a music release in quite some time. July 3rd, we are getting from Music on CD a Blu-ray DVD CD package of Holding Back the Year, Simply Red live in Santiago. Gotta be honest, never listened to Simply Red other than a couple of the hits. Just not been my thing. Check it out if you're into it. I like that they're still releasing concert films, and this is exciting. Gosh, we get to talk about these again. Okay. August 25th, Alliance Home Entertainment, also known as the Old Mill Creek, is putting out a retro VHS slipcover collection of Past Midnight from 1991. Now, on one hand, this is pretty cool. I mean, it's a Clancy Brown, Rutger Hauer film. It's supposed to be pretty good. This says Ben Jordan is released from prison after serving 15 years for killing his pregnant wife. Laura Matthews is a social worker, undeniably drawn to the intelligent, intense convict. Laura starts to believe Ben's story that he was framed. Now, the harder part, though, is that they are releasing these. And right now, these types of releases from Mill Creek used to be $11.99 on release. This MSRP going at all of like the third-party retailers as well. So that's going to be what it is on release. $25.99 for no extras, a Blu-ray, and granted here, this is the first time this has been on Blu-ray, if I remember right. Yeah. So it's cool. I'm glad we're getting an HD release, but a very cheap slipcover over a very basic Blu-ray case with no extras for $26 is a lot to ask for in 2026.
Yeah. I will say the movie looks really good.
It does. I love this poster.
I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh, I really know their releases are not the best, but oh, this movie looks so good. Yeah. I'm very in for a Rutger Hauer film. It just looks like a lot of fun. And the cover, I know it's not going to be quality in terms of the paper or the print, but it's a good image. I don't know. I would like to see this movie. I wish maybe. And like you said, it's going to be bare bones in terms of bonus features, which is a real shame. I'm sure somebody could have really done something great with this.
Yeah, I do really like this cover art for the VHS image that they're using. But man, any other boutique with this title could have been so great. Yeah. Oh, well. To add to that collection, they're also putting out Molly Ringwald and Andrew McCarthy in Fresh Horses from 1988. Same thing, August 25th, Blu-ray on the retro VHS side. This says, after Matt Larkin announces his engagement to a beautiful debutante, he meets Jewel. Although they have little in common, they begin a passionate affair that blows apart Matt's previously safe existence forever. Not seen this one. Heard it is pretty great. And yet I've heard basically nobody else talk about it other than a few people in my comment sections. Not one I've seen. I like Molly Ringwald quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm a little less of a Molly Ringwald fan, and them redoing the Pretty in Pink thing, like I wouldn't have ever picked Andrew McCarthy in that situation. And yeah, as interested as I am in the Rutger Hauer one, this is kind of an easy pass for me. But I do like that it's a deeper cut film. That's cool. But yeah, this is about as uninterested as I could be in a film. They're just not my favorite coupling.
Robert says they lied to me. Okay, so maybe this isn't good. Maybe the only fans of the film were the ones commenting on this when I posted it.
I'm glad. I mean, like I said, I'd never heard of it before, so if I liked, but I just kind of can't stand them. So
I get that.
But I think it's cool. I'd never heard of it before. So I'm glad that there are fans getting it. Always.
It was an off-Broadway play, says Brian. Yeah, early Ben Stiller role in this one. That one's interesting.
Okay.
And yeah, Ronnie, I didn't know Molly
Sorry.
Ringwald was the butt of it.
I wouldn't go hate. Hate is too strong a word. As an actress, though, no, but definitely not hate. I mean, I liked her on Riverdale, but everybody showed up on Riverdale, so.
Nice. All right. Next up, August 17th, we're getting a 4K and Blu-ray release over in the UK from Studio Canal of Johnny Handsome from 1989. This is coming as part of their Cult Classics line. This says, after being double-crossed during a robbery and thrown in prison, a deformed gangster, played by Mickey Rourke, undergoes a face transplant and rehabilitation, but his desire for revenge against those who wronged him remains. Reminder on this one that this is going to be getting a Kino Lorber 4K release in the States here soon. It's already got a release date. We just don't have any other details. It comes on August 25th. It likely will have less extras than this because, man, this is a pretty stacked disc and it's Kino that's competing with it. So probably not much. But I mean, this sounds pretty great. Brand new 4K restoration includes a 12-page booklet with a new essay by Peter Raleigh. We've got new Elizabeth McGovern speaking on the film, new audio commentary by Edgar Pablos with film historians Nathaniel Thompson and Howard S. Berger, another new commentary with Elaine Silver and James Orsini, and then two archival commentaries plus other pieces on this. It's a Walter Hill movie that I have never seen. This sounds kind of amazing. Plus, this cast, Mickey Rourke, Lance Henriksen, Morgan Freeman, Ellen Barkin, Forrest Whitaker, Elizabeth McGovern, Scott Wilson, directed by Walter Hill. Like, this sounds great, which means it's probably terrible.
I like the kind of, because it's got that whole plastic surgery. I like the Dark Passages type movies, the Rock Hudson ones, seconds. So I like that kind of theme in movies. Mickey Rourke, I know this was when he was at the top of his game. Not my favorite actor, but then I see names like Howard Berger and I've liked other Alan Silver and James Orsini. I think they did one on a Gloria Graham film for Criterion. Their commentary is really good. So I trust those names. So if they have good things to say about it, that catches my attention. I know at least Howard Berger and Nathaniel Thompson one I think is going to be on the Kino release as well.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, but so yeah, those names make me think that maybe it's, and Walter Hill I know is extremely talented, but no, I haven't seen this, and yeah, I'm mixed on, but yeah, it is a good cast. So
yeah, it sounds like a very interesting lineup indeed. Jim Jarmusch's brand new film from last year, Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, is coming to Blu-ray here in the U.S. from Mubi, and that is coming on August 25th. This is one, again, it looked kind of interesting, and then I heard nobody seeing this and talking about it, which worries me, especially about Jarmusch. I mean, even his bad movies usually get people talking. This one, I felt like nobody has even heard of this.
Yeah. I always think I should like Jim Jarmusch films, and I liked him. He's in that one fishing TV show he did, where he guested for an episode, Fishing with John, which is one of Criterion's few TV releases. I think he, like, as a personality, he's great, but I just have not, like, I like directors that are similar to him. Like, I love Aki Kaurismäki, I love Hal Hartley, but for some reason, his sensibility, I've tried a few, and I don't tend to enjoy them as much, and I'm not sure why. But I did hear about this one, but I don't know all that much about it, so I'm not sure. It's just, I keep trying them because I want to like his films, but I don't know if they hit as hard for me.
I mean, mostly agreed, I think. I honestly, I get done with the Jarmusch movie and I'm like, I should have liked that.
Yeah,
I really don't, but
exactly.
I should have.
And he has some good people usually, regulars.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's got a lot of friends. I'll give him that.
And loyal to certain actors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next, this is such an interesting conversation. So July 29th, Imprint is putting out a 4K and Blu-ray steelbook of Suspiria, the remake, not the original, 2018 Suspiria. Now, the tough part for this is it's Imprint, so it's going to be a little more expensive than people want. Yes, that is true. But the other crazy thing is this movie, for some reason, has been like battling to stay in print all over the world. And at the moment, as far as I can tell, other than I think a German release, there's nothing else available out there. So, like, if you really want this movie or you like this movie and you wanted a good release of it, this looks pretty great to be able to pick up. But, it will be expensive. I just want to know, what is the story? Why is a fairly new movie from a fairly big director with a fairly well-known cast of a fairly classic horror movie so difficult to keep in print? Nothing about this makes sense.
No. Well, was it an Amazon film originally?
It
was more streaming, but yeah, I don't know why that would be.
Yeah.
Because I love the original. Give me Jessica Harper and a Goblin score any day. Did not enjoy this one as much, but it should be. That doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a release.
It's a very different movie than the original.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, just I prefer color to the more stark approach, but I do appreciate, like, when you're going to do a remake, make it different. They made different choices. They made it their own thing. So I think that's more interesting. Like, trying to directly copy Suspiria, that it creates a question why, even if you're going to do the same thing, they did something different. So I do admire that. If you're going to do it, take big swings, and this movie definitely does that.
And yes, I think it was Brian that asked in the chat, didn't they release this already? They did, and that went out of print like a long time ago. They released it in one of their hard box releases, and now this gets a hard box with a steelbook on the inside and a poster, so at least it'll be available again. But I don't know. And yes, everybody's mentioning Amazon. Yes, it is an Amazon movie, but Amazon has also released a lot of titles on physical media. It's just, and even this, I believe, I'm going to go look it up right now. I believe even this has a US Blu-ray that was in print at one point. But it's been a fight to keep it in print. Yeah, this was released in 2018, and right now on Amazon, you can get one used for $61.
That's
and it's just a regular Blu-ray release.
It's stupid. It's not surprising, but I didn't realize it was that hard to, because it seemed like it kept getting announced. So I thought, oh, it's another one. But if it keeps going out of print, then it's necessary. That really sucks.
Yeah, very weird situation. You get to talk about Criterion this week. That's always exciting.
Yeah.
So September 8th, we get our first Criterion title for the month. It is a 4K of 1957's 12 Angry Men. No new extras on this because it's Criterion, and when they're upgrading, they're not really doing much of anything. But this already had a 4K from Kino and all that. But we haven't gotten to hear Rachel talk about it. How do you feel about 12 Angry Men?
It's a classic it's a great film. I don't know that Criterion needed to put it out again. I don't know that they're doing anything different than Kino did, and sometimes I hate when they kind of try to steal the thunder off of other labels when there are so many films that need releases. It's why. But then this one is a fantastic movie. The movie itself, this is not a critique of that because it's fantastic. The acting on it, Sidney Lumet, anything he touches is gold, and there are just some great performances. It's a really great trial film. Yeah, well, yeah, the not being alive thing definitely stands in the way with the cast. But
the interviews would be a little stale, I will say.
Yeah. But I'm sure plenty of people would be happy to talk about it, or just from the law perspective, how accurate it is.
Yeah.
Or just from how it's filmed and just like this closed room. It's the twist, like it's if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's just like, especially if you like courtroom dramas that are well written, like it's a good case, like it catches you up, it's got good performances. It's like everybody's copied it. Like there's so many TV shows. Veronica Morris did an episode based on it. There's been remakes of it that are also good. But this is where all the parodies started, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth it. It just doesn't excite me to see Criterion put it out because it's not even a new 4K. And yeah, so I wish I like when they do some of their more deeper cuts, but it's worthy of Criterion in terms of its prestige, and it's not overrated. It's good.
This is true. Snap wanted to bring up, still researching the Suspiria thing, says back of the box of the original U.S. Blue for Suspiria says it's an Amazon and Lionsgate co-production. So maybe that has something to do with the weird availability. I mean, with that being the case, I would not be surprised if Lionsgate still has a portion of it for home video in the U.S. and they're gearing up to do like a 4K steelbook here with Lionsgate Limited at some point. I would be willing to bet that's going to happen at some point. We're going to talk about the sale in just a moment, RFV, and great movie. Love 12 Angry Men. One of the movies that is perfect for like teaching blocking is the best way I can say that. It is really great for that aspect. The next one is September 15th. The Criterion premieres line grows by one as they get two prosecutors from 2025. Says summoned with a blood-written note smuggled out of a prison block, an idealistic Soviet prosecutor pushes past the jail's leery authorities to interview an elderly, broken-down Bolshevik condemned as a political undesirable. The young attorney, determined to expose this miscarriage of justice to the authorities in Moscow, soon finds his efforts stymied as an ever-tightening net of suspicion encircles his investigation. Set at the height of the Great Purge and drenched in the paranoia of Stalin's police state, the latest triumph from the director Sergei Loznitsa is a chilling, Kafka-esque thriller about the impunity of power and the matter-of-fact horrors of totalitarianism. So it's not relevant at all to today, basically. I mean, this sounds great. Very curious to see this one. I had never even heard of this one. Have you had a chance to see this or hear about this?
I think I've only heard of it in the context. I think it's coming to the Criterion channel soon too. Even before this release comes out, which is, I mean, secretly I like that because it gives me a chance to try it beforehand. I don't know if it's the best business move, but as a fan, I do like that. I like Kafka-esque movies. I like good investigation. So it's definitely one I don't know anything about it besides the summary that you just read, but I'd be interested in trying it.
Sounds exactly like my thoughts. So this one is an interesting one. Got a lot of questions in the comments on this one. September 15th, we are getting Showa from 1985. Now, if you're having a little bit of amnesia, yes, Criterion has released this previously, and this is still quote, just a Blu-ray. It's not a 4K. But the weird thing here is it wasn't out of print, so it's not necessarily weird that they brought it back. But they also added a fourth disc with another film on it. So if you got the old release and you didn't go on eBay and make $135 off of it, because that's about what it was going for, you probably have an interesting decision to make here, but this is an interesting choice. I mean, you've got another film. It's a 4-disc set. I mean, lots of stuff that you can get in this package. Have you seen Showa before?
I have not. I wish they promoted it. Like, if they promoted it like you just did with, like, really focusing on the new edition, like, it just blended into all the other bonus features. I know it's one that I should watch one day. I know it's important, and but yeah, because I did think, didn't they release it before? And like you said, they have. But yeah, they should really be putting that in big bold letters, like that is the new edition, because that is at least makes it stand out. And I like that it's back in print. Criterion's weird about putting things out of print because they don't really tell you that it's happening. It's just all of a sudden you look up a title thinking you can still get it, and it's not there. Like, I feel that way. I check every once in a while Under the Volcano, which Imprint put it out in one of their John Huston box sets, but it's just been out of print there forever, and totally different movie, but just Criterion's very secretive about not announcing that. So like here, it's like, I didn't realize it was not available, and now it's back, which is good. It should be back, but I don't know why it was gone in the first place.
Adam says, Showa double billed with Satan Tango weekend sorted. That sounds like a week sorted to me. I mean, I don't know about a weekend. That's a long weekend. Yes. Snap is saying, no wonder it's over 3 discs because it's over 500 minutes long. Yes, that is a lot of abject bleakness. That is correct. Let's see.
I mean, we definitely need this movie right now. It's very relevant.
The vid says, saw this at the theater in 2 parts. Everyone should try and watch it once. That's a lot. All right, let's continue on to some of the more exciting releases from Criterion now. The brand new movie from Richard Linklater, Nouvelle Vague, that came out last year about the making of Breathless, which as you all might have found out recently, I adore. Kidding. September 22nd, we are getting a 4K release, a Blu-ray release, and a DVD release of this modern Linklater film. On the extras on this, we've got a brand new 4K digital master because it's a brand new film, obviously. It is going to have a new commentary with Linklater. We've got a making of the film. We've got interviews with Linklater and the actor Zoe Deutsch and Aubrey Dolan and Guillaume Marbeck. We've got Within the Wave, an audiovisual dossier on the real-life figures depicted in the film by Farron Smith Name. We've got Linklater's pre-rehearsal manifesto, read by Zoe Deutsch. Selection of trailers from French New Wave films. That part is pretty exciting on this. I like that. And then essays by Nick James and the co-screenwriter Vince Palmo, and an introduction by Richard Linklater. Are you a Linklater fan?
I do like Linklater, and Breathless isn't one of my favorite. Well, I'm not overall a big Goddard fan, but I'm a big fan of Belmondo, and also why is her name not sticking to me?
Yes.
Yeah. What's her name? Thank you for scrolling up.
Gene Seberg.
Gene Seberg, thank you. Totally blanked on that. But I love them in other roles. And I will say the actor who plays Belmondo, I think that's a very difficult casting, and he does fantastic. I haven't seen him in anything else, or I think he did a show on PBS that was on Bridget Bardot. But he was fantastic as Belmondo, and I think that's a very difficult charisma to match. And it's a good movie. Did it add as much that the original didn't? I don't know if it's really enlightening, but it was a solid watch. I don't. You said you're not a fan of Breathless.
I just saw it for the first time about a month and a half ago, and my goodness, I hated that movie. Okay.
I think the first time I watched it was definitely not a fan, but I think now that I've become more a fan of both actors, revisiting, I enjoyed it more the second time than I did the first time. But overall, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's Linklater. I will say, I think it was Terry. Yeah, Terry said Linklater had a stellar 2025 for movie releases. His other movie in 2025 was incredible. Love that. Blue Moon was amazing. Ethan Hawke can pretty much do no wrong.
That's true.
A 2025 movie I did like, at least a little more than this, even though I haven't seen that.
Me too.
Yeah. September 22nd, 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD release of The Secret Agent from last year. Tell me how you felt about The Secret Agent.
I thought it was fantastic. It's a long movie, but it's totally 70s. Like, I think this cover art is really cool. It just gets the whole vibe of the film. It's a really good thriller. It took some unexpected turns at the end. That one older actress was fantastic. But it's a really well written, and it's like the pacing is something you don't always see. And it's very 70s movie pacing, but it's a modern movie, and it just, I would definitely highly recommend it. I wish it got a lot of attention in that it got a lot of nominations, but I wish I had won more, because these are the kind of films that I'd like to see get made, because it's just solid, and it also is one of those films like you always hear now, like making it easier for the audience, or multitasking films. This is one you have to pay attention to, but it's worth it, and it asks you, it doesn't doubt the intelligence of the audience. It expects you to keep up. It wants you to work and think while you're watching, and it's worth it because it's really good.
Well, now I'm going to sound stupid saying this. I liked it, especially parts of it, but I feel like they tried to tell maybe too many parts of a story that didn't fully come together for me.
Okay.
For me,
that's
being
fair.
said, I do want to see it again. I definitely want to see it again, especially at home where I can spend more time with it. But the big thing that's exciting to me, I feel like the director is clearly very talented, and this has with it Pictures of Ghosts from 2023, a companion film by the director. We got a making of documentary with interviews with the team. We got new interviews with the DP. We've got the sound mixer being interviewed, new visual essay with the director as well, deleted scenes, archival material, and an essay by film programmer and curator Dennis Lim. And I know you mentioned it, but my God, Sister Hyde is an incredible artist, and the cover on this This is incredible. I adore what Sister Hyde does, and every single time there's something announced, it's just beautiful. Like this and Bound, I would love. I don't even love this movie, and I would love this as a poster. This is pretty.
It's really, and it just gets the vibe of the whole film.
It does.
Perfectly.
Yeah. All right. Next up, one that a lot of people smarter than me were very excited about, and I have never seen any of his movies.
Me neither.
September 29th, we got a 4K and Blu-ray release coming of 3 films by Leos Carax from 1984 to 1991 with Boy Meets Girl, Malvai Singh, and The Lovers on the Bridge. This has new 4K digital restorations with the soundtracks, uncompressed mono soundtracks on those. We've got Dolby Vision on these, and then a self-portrait film by the director is called It's Not Me from 2024. New interviews with some of the actors, new visual essay on the cinematography of the director here. We got Meet the Filmmakers Criterion Channel original interview, like that they included that. Documentary on the work of the director from 2014. Documentary on the making of the main set for The Lovers of the Bridge from 1991. And some deleted scenes, stuff like that, plus an essay by author Amina Kane. You've never seen any, so we probably don't have much to say.
No.
I've heard a lot of great things about him, and I'm curious to see these, but not going to be able to add much conversation-wise, sadly. All right, moving to our next one. One that I've heard about for a long time and wanted to see. We've got a Satyajit Ray film from 1970 coming on September 29th called Days and Nights in the Forest. This is coming on 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD. One of the director's greatest achievements begins with the deceptively easy grace of a buddy comedy, only to give way to darker moral shading. Seeking a weekend escape from the city, 4 friends from Kolkata embark on a driving trip to the countryside where their urban entitlement and prejudices are gradually exposed. Among these young bachelors is the overconfident Ashim, who finds his self-assurance shaken by Aparna, an enigmatic young woman whose cool intellect conceals turbulent emotional depths, filmed luminously amid the sound-dappled, that's the word, splendor of the woodlands of India's Palamu region. Days and Nights in the Forest deconstructs the masculine ego and India's fraught class divisions with elegant complexity. This is going to have introduction by the filmmaker Wes Anderson on here, which is cool. Making a program with new and archival interviews with the director and some of the actors. Conversation about Ray and the film's restoration with Wes Anderson and some others, plus an essay by the film critic Davika Girish. Have you seen anything from Ray?
I've seen one film, The Big City, and it was really good. That was one of his female-led films, and it was like a traveling salesman. And I've been wanting to see more since then. This is probably the title that stood out to me the most from this crop of announcements, because, like I said, Big City was fantastic. And I just like these kind of films where it's just normal people doing normal things and having drama, and it just looks beautiful. And it's a great director, but it's a title of his that I'd never heard of. And this one, I like when Criterion does stuff like this, because it just, he's celebrated, but this particular title I've never seen available, and I think that's really awesome.
I don't know how to say this without sounding like a complainer, but after we just talked up Sister Hyde so much, I feel like this cover really doesn't sell this film very well.
Okay.
And if you go look at some of the screenshots for this film, it looks great. It looks like they could have done so much better with some sort of commissioned really nice art for this, but we get face shots of the 4 dudes. Okay, but fine, cool. But come on, we could have done better. Where's Sister Hyde on this one, man?
That would have been neat.
All right, that is Ray, and now we get done with Criterion's announcements, but let's cover a couple other things. So first of all, it is essentially confirmed that next Friday is the launch of the Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale that will be going from June 26th until, I think that's the date. Let me make sure before I'm just spouting off random misinformation. Where is my calendar app? Okay, so we have next Friday is going to be June 26th, and I believe the confirmed date of it ending will be July 24th, if I remember right.
I don't know why they started switching it. Like, it was just July, and now it's like they're trying to trick you into not realizing when it ended. I mean, I'm glad it's starting early, but then ending early. Somebody's gonna come in on the 30th, not knowing what happened.
I think it's based on the last Friday before July. I think something like that, because I think they want it on during the 4th of July holiday, something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
The other big thing with Criterion, we were going to talk about it later, but we're diving deep into Criterion now. We may as well just discuss it now. They released a trailer today, and I'm not going to show it, but this is pointless to have this film on the screen at the moment. So let's get everybody's thoughts. Criterion today finally completed the tease of what we've, if you've been ear to the ground for the last few months, there's been a lot of rumors that they're putting out a complete film collection of Stanley Kubrick, and they've confirmed that is coming. Now, from what I've been told and heard about this a few months ago, that it is indeed the entire filmography, which means all of the studio titles as well, everything in 4K. I don't know any of the details on the extras, but this is, for some people exciting. Obviously the C on the cover doesn't make it a better release, but for something like The Shining, I mean, there's alternate footage that we don't have on all of the releases. For something like Clockwork Orange, that's always been a studio title, and I feel like Criterion could do some great things. But that also, the big one for people is Lolita. His last one that's not been released on UHD is going to be available. Any thoughts on Kubrick? Anything you want to talk about? Anything to speculate on?
I am not, but also it's because I haven't seen a lot of his films, and I think just the way he's held up kind of makes me want to rebel against it.
I get that, yeah.
But it's purely I have no basis to it. I haven't seen enough to actually say I don't like Kubrick films, but I just, how he's talked about sometimes has made me opposed. And the only thing, other thing I'm worried about with Criterion is I don't always love when they do their massive box sets. There's no one who I adore more than Agnes Varda, but I hate that packaging. I hate the cardboard, and it just kind of, you're spending this money for a set, and then you're worried about that it's not going to keep the discs, or you're going to scratch them, or I'm a paranoid person, so that just adds this whole other layer, or being afraid to watch it because you're afraid to take it out. And maybe that's overdoing it on my part, but I just don't love their approach to big box sets. I know sometimes when Imprint or Severin, they're bigger, so it takes up more shelf space, but then they do the weird sizes on their Godzilla, so that is a different issue. So yeah, I love Criterion in terms of, I know they'll treat the films right in terms of the quality of the print, and hopefully there'll be bonus features. That's a mixed bag. But in terms of their packaging, when they get multiple discs like this, that's usually not great. So yeah, I realize I'm probably the worst person to talk about Kubrick, because I know that it is an exciting thing, but I just don't have strong feelings about him. I'm so sorry about that, but
no reason to apologize. I mean, the packaging is important for stuff like this. Yeah. The big thing that we could probably go down the path on first is the let's see, the logic here. What was it? November, I think, was when it was released. They put out Eyes Wide Shut on 4K. There is no way that when they announced Eyes Wide Shut on 4K that they didn't know this was coming.
Yeah, so you just want people to double dip.
Right. I not only do you confirm that you want people to double dip, but as a very pro-consumer move, you could have just not released it and held it and put it here and made the box set more of a fanfare-inducing event. And, everybody would have said, instead of just, ooh, Lolita finally, it would have been, ooh, Lolita and Eyes Wide Shut finally. And that would have been exciting for a lot of people. I think that obviously it's Kubrick. People worship him, and he's great. I love him as a director. I truly like his stuff. But most people that love him have bought every single disc as they come out. And at this point, you've got The Shining Studio 4K. You've got, Eyes Wide Shut. You got it last year during the sale. You've got all of these. What is the point to replace them necessarily? I mean, Lolita will likely get its own standalone release. So if you've got everything, you don't have to buy the box set. And this is cool for people that don't have those. But gosh, this is a weird setup for a release. And they basically did the same thing with Wes Anderson, except his was 2 films, I think, that were not released previously, and a lot of those were not on 4K before, so that was a big difference too.
Yeah,
this is just
keep saying David Lynch is going to happen too, because they've already released a lot of them, so they're going to collect it and we'll
Hopefully.
get a straight story. But yeah.
Well, straight story, and then we also just got confirmation that Janus and Criterion had done a restoration of Wild at Heart. So that's confirming at some point that's likely coming on disc. I would be willing to bet quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is just, I don't know. If you wanted to be pro-consumer, I think there's better ways to make a choice here. And obviously, Criterion, owned by a billionaire, doesn't necessarily need to be pro-consumer because the people who love that big old C on the cover is going to be into it anyways. But I don't know. I can't love a choice like this.
No. Yeah, it's going to get people are going to buy it. There's no question about it. But just, like, when it's going to be that much money, I just wish they put more thought into. It doesn't have, like, it looks cool, some of these bigger box sets, but they just aren't practical. And I think that doesn't need to be lost. And it just seems like anymore, especially anytime you get a big box set, whether it's a complete series of TV shows, there's been a lot of them coming out, like I Love Lucy, and it's just these horrible plastic cases that you can't get the discs out of. And it just, you want to invest in these shows that are worth and getting excited about, but it ruined some of the excitement. And I just hate having that double-edged sword when it should be an easy, like, oh, I want to upgrade that.
Well, and, you know, the other thing, you brought up Varda earlier. I will say, their box sets are, I don't want to shit on Criterion so much, but their box sets historically are atrocious. You said it already, fully agreed. The Godzilla one was a mess. The discs are not great, but then there's like Varda, which for Criterion, Varda has been that, like, on a platform type of director. They're the ones that have elevated her films for a lot of people. Yeah. And then they put these discs out in this box set, and the box set's not great, and the discs really bad. The compression's not good. They don't look great on disc. And I will say it is nice to see that they're fixing some of that. So like the Kubrick collection, they will look much better. They are on UHD, but on top of that, they're even paying Fidelity and Motion to do the authoring, which sounds like that's a much better choice for them this time. And that's a lot to pay, and great job, Criterion, for making that choice. So I'll applaud you for one thing, but come on, the box sets are atrocious.
Yeah. And they shouldn't be. I mean, it's just, the quality should be there. I hate it. Yep. Because I want to be excited and just pure excitement, and I hate having to feel gypped.
And KB is asking, so we're not going Criterion shopping again, right? I mean, I never said I wasn't, but
they put out John Waters. I'm getting those John Waters.
Exactly. I probably just will never get the Kubrick box set. I don't need it. But what I might need is Sheila and the Brainstem, which what a transition. The next Severin title coming out during their sale is 1989's Sheila and the Brainstem. This is the official worldwide home video premiere at all. And it includes 2 versions and 3 hours of special features. Now, if you've never heard of this, there's probably a reason. This says, in 1989, UCLA film students Russell Bates and Matt McDowell borrowed a 16-millimeter camera, maxed out their credit cards, and made a punk rock road movie about love, death, jerky, kidnapped newlyweds, 24-hour mini-marts, and a magical brainstem that promises immortality. Featuring appearances by LA music scene icons that include Red Cross, Milo Ackerman of The Descendants, and Peter Case of the Pimsols, with soundtrack vocals by Bob Forrest of Thelonious Monster. But when the finished film was unable to find theatrical distribution, it instead became an underground bootleg legend. Now, after nearly 4 decades, this offbeat saga of America wrapped in a Big Mac carton, what a line, has been scanned in 2K from the original negative and is presented in both its original version and the producer's cut with 3 hours of all new special features. On the first disc, we've got an audio commentary with Russell Bates and Matt McDowell from the film, interview with Russell Bates and Matt McDowell, interview with the actress Lisa Jane Todd, interview with one of the actors, Rich Paxson, interview with the musician and actor Robert Hecker, locations tour of the film, and a music video directed by Russell Bates by Divine Weeks. Then the second disc is the producer's cut and an introduction by the filmmaker Matt McDowell. Man, I love that they're rescuing this, but I had never heard of this quote bootleg legend ever in my life.
Whoever wrote that summary deserves some credit, because that's they sell it. I mean, it sounds fun, but yeah, I've never heard of it before.
Mozart trying to get me with the fidelity and motion encodes. Gosh, good try. Yeah, this sounds interesting. I will wait for reviews, I will say.
Okay.
That's probably my diplomatic way of saying I will not buy this. This is interesting for very selfish reasons. Wicked Vision Media over in Germany. We've not talked about them in quite some time, but they've announced their July lineup, and one of them is 1989's Mask of the Red Death, also known as Riptide, which I still don't know why they're going with the Riptide cover art and that title, because Mask of the Red Death is the title that everybody knows it as. This one is interesting because it is a European HD premiere of Mask of the Red Death, fully uncut for the very first time and meticulously restored from the original camera negative, complete with extensive bonus features. And what are on those bonus features? Well, let me tell you, we got some interesting things because we got a 24-page booklet with an essay by Lars Dreyer Winkelmann. We got a reversible cover without the ratings logo. Thank you, Wicked Vision, for doing that. But the best part, we got an audio commentary with Dr. Will Dodson and myself that God, I don't even know. I think we recorded this like last March, something like that. And not last March as in 2026, like 2025.
I knew what you meant.
And then the other thing, which, okay, we did a commentary. That's cool and all. But the best part of this, we also produced an evening with Edgar Allan Poe, Gothic literature and horror films with Argyle Goolsby. If you don't know the name Argyle Goolsby, Argyle is the lead singer of the band Blitzkid. And Blitzkid is massive in Germany. And Will happens to be friends with Argyle Goolsby. And so we recorded this really special interview with him discussing the influences of Edgar Allan Poe. We discussed the horror impact on his band and their lyrics and his love of Mask of the Red Death and Edgar Allan Poe and all these things. It's a really, really fun conversation. I hope you check it out. It is really great. We also did the horror reading of The Mask of the Red Death by Jayla Parker on this. Yeah, we did a lot for this disc, so check it out. I will say, I don't know what exactly is cooking, but Wicked Vision said if you go and want to check this out, in the next couple weeks, they are finding a way to make sure that they can get you semi-cheap shipping to the U.S. on this title. So I will try to share when I find out what that is, because I kind of doubt Diabolic and Orbit will carry this, but this is one that I'd suggest looking at. It's a pretty interesting movie. They're also putting out a handful of other films here. Of course, they've got JD's Revenge, which Arrow put out years ago. They've got Final Game, which I believe Vinegar Syndrome released that one. And then they've got, I don't even remember what the other two movies are here in English. Anyways, go check out the Wicked Vision site. It's great. They do good work. Yeah. Have you seen Mask of the Red Death?
I've seen the Vincent Price one, but
it's a better movie.
I agree that I wish they had promoted this more as that, because I looked it up afterwards, especially when I heard you were doing bonus features on it, because that's always I loved yours and Bill's commentary on the Jack the Ripper. We talked
nice,
earlier.
thanks.
That was fantastic. So yeah, I am definitely interested in this. I like Edgar Allan Poe adaptations. I think it's always cool getting to see different twists on that. Yeah, I would definitely, and I'm glad to hear that they're going to do a better shipping to the U.S. I would definitely be interested in that.
This is not a great Edgar Allan Poe adaptation. I will say that.
That's okay.
But it is a very fun movie with a very unique looking villain and some great music. That's the big thing. It was wide in the era of like heavy metal movies in a way.
Okay.
So yeah, it's great. Next, Paramount releasing a couple titles that pretty cool that they're doing them. August 25th, we get a 4K steelbook coming of The Saint from 1997 with Val Kilmer. We get a new 4K restoration of the film from the original camera negative. The Blu-ray disc also has the restoration on there as well. This one with Elizabeth Shue and directed by Philip Noyce. Have you ever seen this, The Saint?
No, I haven't. How about you?
I have not. Do like Val Kilmer, especially from around this period of his career. But yeah, been interested in seeing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Deaf Crocodile says, breaking Deaf Crocodile news. Just finished uploading all of the out-of-print booklets to our shop, all free. Just look under fun in the main menu on their website. That's really cool.
That's awesome. Because I feel bad sometimes because of money, you have to buy the standard edition, and so you miss out on that. So making them free, I would have paid for that. That's really awesome.
Well, and the cool thing, I don't know if you heard about this, Rachel, all of, starting in July, all of the Deaf Crocodile standard editions are getting their booklets as well moving forward.
Yes, because I know they're moving away from the hard boxes, which I did like them, but yeah, I do appreciate that economically. I know I'll be able to get them now because Deaf Crocodile rocks.
That they do. The other one that Paramount is doing on August 25th is Enemy at the Gates from 2001. I remember seeing this, and I don't know that I remember a dang thing about this. It just feels like a very dad type of movie. Maybe I'd like it now. I don't know. This one, we've got Bob Hoskins in this. We've got Jude Law, Joseph Fiennes, Rachel Weisz, Ed Harris. I
like the cast. And it's the same director. I just thought it was kind of cool the same week that did the Sean Connery film we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
It's the same. Yep. It's like all of a sudden he's having a moment. But I can't ignore that cast. Like, I think Ed Harris is fantastic. Jude Law I recently watched and what did I see him in? One of the Ripley films. Yeah, and Bob Hoskins. I adore him. So yeah. Don't know about the movie itself, but can't ignore that talent, so would maybe be interested.
Yeah, one of 14,382,000 films on World War II. I don't know.
Yeah, hasn't been
all right.
done.
Let's discuss the new Synapse method of releasing a film on 4K that everybody wants with only one brand new feature that's not even that big of a deal and selling it for $50. August 3rd, if not sooner, they are releasing a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release of Prom Night from 1980. They had announced this previously, so this isn't really a surprise or anything, but we got all the details. We see what it's going to be. So the big thing, limited to 3,000 units, will be available from Synapse, Diabolic, Orbit, and they say some Vinegar Syndrome store locations in person. No major retailers like Amazon will stock this. Brand new 4K remaster of the original 35mm camera negative by Synapse with Dolby Vision, new Dolby Atmos surround sound mix created by Synapse. All of the extras here are brand new except for the Horror's Hallowed Grounds with Sean Clark. This is one of the location featurettes of the film.
Yeah.
But that is it. And it's a regular 4K disc in a slipcover, and that's it. And they're charging $50 for it. I get that the work on that is hard and restorations are expensive, but it's Prom Night. First of all, I mean, you could have offered people $10 and they would have done a commentary for this film. And instead we get nothing new. Like there's a lot from the previous releases, kind of, a lot of them aren't very long features, but to me, I don't know. This feels, I don't want to say predatory necessarily, but just taking advantage of the title. There's a lot of people that would want to see this. Jamie Lee Curtis, this is what kind of solidified her as the big 1980 Scream Queen. But I don't know. $50 for this seems egregious.
It's a lot. And like you said, it's just disappointing. I like seeing what other people have to say, especially because this is a movie that's been out there. Just getting to hear from other critics. It's just a missed opportunity, and I think it's worth investing in that. And it makes, if you want to put that price tag on it, it helps sell it. I don't know. I agree with what you said. And I actually have not seen this one, but it feels like one of those movies that'd be great to watch for the first time on Halloween. I like starting to make my list of what I need to check out, and this would definitely be one of them. But yeah, at $50, that's a tough one. At any time, but
yeah. And it's, I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff that they're doing is great. I mean, we haven't even talked about it here yet, but they're putting out Near Dark on 4K eventually, and even if that's $50, I'll be buying the hell out of it.
That's been harder to get. I mean, there's been a buildup of wanting, and I mean, I've got some of their Argento films, which I adore. So they can put out good releases. It just.
Yeah, and this will look stupendous. I'm not doubting that whatsoever. Synapse does great video quality. That being said, I mean, come on, this should have been $40 at most for people. And the crazy thing is they don't even do free shipping. So it's $50, and if you buy it from their site, plus another $10 shipping, $60 is a lot for Prom Night, which you probably already got the blue that you paid $28 for, and you've only, if lucky, watched once, 7 years ago. Come on, this is a lot. I don't know. All right. Moving right along. Another Severin title, Terror Express from 1980, getting a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release. This is going to be the worldwide 4K premiere. Of all the 70s Italo Sleaze Last House on the Left variants, only one indescribably tasteless classic that goes places a civilized mainstream film would never dare to explore is now in 4K for the first time ever. When a trio of sociopaths board an overnight express train, one car's passengers and crew will be forced into an orgy of violence, vengeance, and off-the-rails perversion, which... Okay, I'm glad I was invited. Thanks. This one is an interesting choice for Severin. It's a George Eastman film. That should tell you a lot right there. We're going to interview with one of the actresses on here, interview with one of the actors. This will probably look great, undoubtedly. Any thoughts on Terror Express? You seen this one?
I have not. It sounds like the title is appropriate. If going by that description, it will be Scary Train. But yeah, no, I don't.
Scary Train.
I don't know much about it. I'm not opposed to checking it out. It's one of the more interesting ones.
Yeah, I can't remember if I've seen this one. This is a title that I thought I may have, but I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think I confused it with the Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee
Horror Express.
Yeah. Okay. So at least when you say the title, I get the comparison.
Yeah, this is and I loved Mr. Fat Man's comment, not to be confused with Horror Express or Night Train Murders or Terror Train, there's like 5 others that you probably could have confused it with. Scary Train is a great movie title. I kind of want to make that now. Let's go back. Let's go back and change Tony Scott's Unstoppable, aka Scary Train. Okay. All right. So that's coming, like I said, as part of the summer sale. Starts on not January. That's not a summer sale. June 26th, which is just next week. So be prepared for that. Same day as, of course, the Criterion sale. Night Train to Terror. That's another one. That's true. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got some details. So we had known about this one. We talked about it before. August 11th, a 4K and Blu-ray dual format steelbook, and now a standard 4K is coming of Mars Attacks from 1996 by Tim Burton from Warner Brothers. And then if you're over in the UK or you import things, they're also putting out a deluxe edition. That deluxe edition has the steelbook with rigid slipcase, 2 double-sided theatrical posters, 2 alternate art cards, 5 iconic scene art cards, 2 behind-the-scenes art cards, again, I guess, and then all of the on-disc bonus features, which they actually have some this time. You've got Dolby Vision and HDR in the film, Dolby Atmos on here, plus we got Looking Back on Mars Attacks, a featurette, Ack aesthetic, a featurette, and then subtitles. That's it. The slipcover here is pretty interesting. So you've got this looking semi-normal cover, and then you take it off, and you see what is lurking underneath. This is what the standard looks like, and here is the back of the steelbook. Have you ever seen Mars Attacks?
I have. I do have the Blu-ray because I'm a Drag Race fan, and there's been a ton of looks inspired by it, and I said I have to actually watch this movie. I probably won't, I don't have 4K yet.
That's right.
So I will not be getting this slipcover. I didn't realize it had the reveal, so I do approve of that. It's a fun movie. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to, but it's definitely iconic, and they picked the right image for it.
Yeah. I kind of adore this movie. I'm also a big Tim Burton apologist up until a certain point. But yeah, I had to pre-order this, and thankfully Odyssey will be shipping it to me here soon. Cool. I love this movie, and I love this cast. The big thing on here, I love this movie so much I had to hashtag everybody. So Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Martin Short, Sarah Jessica Parker, Michael J. Fox, Rod Steiger, Tom Jones, Natalie Portman, Pam Grier, Jack Black, and more. This is a crazy movie. I cannot wait to get this in and see this on 4K because it's never looked great. But I also want to show my kids. I feel like this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, that will be very fun.
All right. Oh, my mom's here, and she says she loves Mars Attacks. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
All right, moving right along. Reacher Season 3 coming out on August 25th on Blu-ray from Paramount and Alliance. They're working with old X Mill Creek now. The big thing is this was released, the first 2 seasons were released on 4K, and they are now reverting to Blu-ray only for these. So that is kind of classic what happens to TV on physical media, which is not great. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I'm never gonna watch this show, so I don't care too much, but it does. I understand if you're a big fan of the show that it would be quite frustrating if they were to do that to you, or you've got the best possible format and then they just kind of crap all over the rest of it. I don't get it.
Yeah, this is part of the Taylor Sheridan universe, right? Or it looks like it should be.
No, it's Jack Reacher universe.
Okay.
It's slightly different.
Was John Krasinski originally the guy? Okay.
Maybe.
Now that he's macho action hero somehow.
Or maybe that was just the movies and not.
Okay.
I don't know, something like that.
We don't need to know. It's okay. But
isn't I think this is the actor that got caught on a cell phone video of doing something in the middle of the street last year and fighting with the neighbor or something like that.
Sounds about right. Yeah, not checking that one out. Even though I, like you said, TV getting any physical media right now.
It's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But this one, no.
But speaking of Taylor Sheridan, this one is from the Taylor Sheridan universe. So August 25th, there's a Blu-ray and DVD season 1 of Marshals coming. That's what it was. The neighbor attacked him. Thanks, Snap. I knew something happened, and he snapped. Sorry, Snap. This Marshall show stars Luke Grimes. I'm probably never going to watch any of these Yellowstone-related shows.
I tried the Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren one because if there was one I was going to like, it'd be that one. But yeah, no, thank you.
Not my thing.
No,
not eager to see this. We had not heard about this one for a while, but August 25th, we were getting a Blu-ray and DVD release from Shudder of Whistle from this year, the movie that I heard a lot about before it came out, and then nobody said anything because supposedly it's real bad.
Okay, I watched the trailer, and all I got was it's in high school, and there was no whistling in the trailer, so I did not know what to make of it. But yeah, not sure, but. Again, a streaming film getting a Blu-ray is good.
A cursed Aztec death whistle is a really fun premise, and I kind of wanted to see it, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm like, is it a really cool whistle sound? Like, is it just a normal? Since they didn't include it in the trailer, now it has to sound like the most amazing. I don't even know what that would be. And I don't know that I ever will know. But
have you ever heard of the Aztec death whistles, or know what those are?
No, actually, there's a history behind it. No,
supposedly there's little. I don't know if they look like this. I'm sure this is like exaggerated for film, but there are devices that they've made to when you blow in it, it sounds like people screaming in agony, and it was to scare people. I believe, like during war, that they were coming to kill you. And I've heard some of them, and they genuinely do sound terrifying. So this premise was interesting.
Yeah, now that I had no clue, I just figured it was made up. But no, that you sold it more than that they did. So yeah, I love history. So that angle I was totally lost on me, but that's really cool.
Are you saying that there's not a great tagline buried in the words "Don't blow it"? The words "Don't blow it" doesn't make you want to go drive to a theater right now?
Golly gee, I don't know why. But no, I can't say it does.
Oh, movie marketing. Well, speaking of movie marketing, Quentin Tarantino presents One Spoon of Chocolate is coming to 4K Blu-ray and DVD from Samuel Goldwyn Films on July 14th, or maybe a different date. Supposedly this is up in the air. Oh, I got that backwards. Thanks, MG. So the John Krasinski show we were thinking of is the Jack Ryan universe, not the Jack Reacher
they all
universe.
look the same. They really look the same.
Shows with the name Jack in it, and they're all jacked. What is the point? Anyways. This is the movie directed by RZA. I've heard everything from it's pretty stylish and cool to holy shit, he should only stick to music. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds fun, but anything that's ever said Quentin Tarantino presents is usually pretty rough.
Well, I'm glad your hashtag finally, like, they mentioned none of the cast. Like, I think Blair Underwood would have been a nice mention to get the cover, but no, we gotta put Tarantino's name.
Shamik Moore? No,
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, we got nothing. Not, but
Whatever.
Tarantino. Okay.
Next up, in semi-unsurprising news, since it got leaked a couple months ago, October 6th, we are getting a Sony Pictures 4K steelbook of The Cable Guy from 1996. Have you seen this Ben Stiller directed? I was going to say classic, but is it a classic? I don't know.
I'm not a Jim Carrey. I don't really find him funny, so no, I have not seen it. But I mean, it's a cool steelbook. But yeah, not sure that I'd be picking that one up.
This is if you are curious, this is a very un-Jim Carrey film. This is sort of after and kind of in the middle of his epic run of like turning into a like real life cartoon character. And he does do some of the faces, but this is more of like a borderline crazy obsessive stalker type movie. And it's it's more of like dark humor than silly cartoon humor, and it's pretty great.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
All right.
Good movie.
I will investigate further.
All right. Next up. Man, this... I'm so glad we get to talk about this. The next Severn title is 2012's Maniac, starring Elijah Wood. This is the remake of the original Joe Spinell classic. And this is from 2012, and it's the North American UHD premiere of this. We've got 3 hours of special features, audio commentary with the director on here, Elijah Wood, and the executive producer. We've got some interviews with people associated with the film. And then we got interview outtakes from the Joe Spinell story with Bill Lustig, Buddy Giovinazzo, Tom Reinone, Joe Cirillo, and more. And then a making of on here. This is a fun movie. Have you ever seen the remake of Maniac?
I have not, and I actually haven't seen the original either, even though I know that has Caroline Munro in it.
Yeah.
But I do like Elijah Wood's crazy choices. But you think this is a good one?
I really like this movie. I hesitate to say that it's better than the original. I think that it's definitely more accessible than the original. Obviously the first one, being shot on 8mm and a in-name reputation classic that people look at as, I could never watch that. This is a very interesting take on the movie. I love the performances in this movie. I love the way that they shot this movie. I think it's really well made. It is pretty to look at. And I got to say, I feel like this went kind of under everybody's radar. If you've never seen it, never given it a chance, to me, I kind of think I like this one better than the original. I've definitely seen this more than the original, and it's not even just because the other one's seedy. This one's seedy as well, but I think this is a better written film, and I really like this one. I think people would enjoy this if they give it a chance.
All right, I definitely will, because pretty is definitely one that adjective you don't use for the original.
No, certainly not. That's for sure.
So yeah, I think an aesthetic change could be cool. And yeah, like I said, Elijah Wood, he just makes some great choices since Lord of the Rings. He just keeps changing it up.
And I don't know if this will sell it more or turn people off. The really big, interesting, unique take here is this is mostly a POV film, actually. So Elijah Wood his face is not visible in a lot of this movie, but the way that it's shot, it's not found footage in any way. It's you are the killer in this movie. You are the maniac, and it's very, very well done. It is stupendous. I love this movie.
Cool.
All right. Next is something you can't hear, but I might be able to show this trailer in just a little bit. Wanted to give a shout out. The next antenna releasing title that is hitting theaters that we haven't talked about yet is the new documentary called Coroner to the Stars. This is directed by Ben Heathcote, and it is hitting theaters literally starting next week. So we are doing a roadshow release for this film starting in LA, and it's doing a lot of California dates because it is about the coroner, Dr. Thomas Noguchi, who was the coroner for the LA County Sheriff's Department from way back in the day. And this is an incredible documentary about somebody that faced a lot of really weird points in his career that you would think a coroner should never have to face. So this is about the extraordinary life and controversial career of Thomas Noguchi, the former LA County chief medical examiner coroner, whose celebrity autopsies forever shaped American culture. He did the autopsies for Marilyn Monroe, Robert Kennedy, Sharon Tate, Natalie Wood. Dr. Noguchi's death investigations pushed forensic science into the spotlight, even as Hollywood elites and political adversaries sought to silence him. He's also Japanese American, and we've got individuals in this film that you're going to recognize. George Takei is one of the big ones. This is a truly incredibly entertaining documentary, and we've got some major names coming out. Brian Tyler Cohen, if you've never heard of him, he's a political commentator who got big on social media and stuff. He is going to be doing our Q&A next week, so go check that out. But we're going to be all over. We're playing in Massachusetts, we're playing in Georgia, Virginia, Harris, Pennsylvania. We've got more shows in Southern California eventually. We've got a lot of great big names coming out to do some of the Q&As on this, so check out any of those if they are near you. On tour from June 23rd all the way up till July 11th and 12th at Vidiots. If you got any questions on that, send me a message. We can talk about it. Next up. Or do you want to talk about this at all?
No, I love classic Hollywood, and it's something I would have never thought of, that the same coroner worked on all those cases. I mean, it's the same time period, it's the same area. It makes sense, but somehow that connection never even occurred to me. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. Like, I've watched every documentary on Natalie Wood. So yeah, I think this sounds like everything Nintendo's doing. I think it sounds like a really interesting title, and just like I said, something I never occurred to me that it would be the same guy working on those cases.
Yeah. The other thing I did want to clarify for everybody, I know this is our second title and it's another contemporary documentary. We are working on a lot of things. Restorations take time. Older films take time. Physical media takes a lot of time. The titles that we have announced so far are coming to physical media eventually. They are not our first titles. So pay attention this fall when we start to announce those, because you still haven't even heard of the films that we got coming, and can't wait, because a couple of them, a lot of you know, and you'll be excited to hear that they are getting a release finally. Next up, September 21st, we're getting a 4K Steelbook from Crunchyroll of Suzume from 2022. Heard nothing but great things about this. I don't know if I've ever asked you, are you into anime at all?
I only have the barest knowledge. Like, I've seen like Miyazaki movies, which I feel like is the gateway movies for a lot of people. Should watch more, just have not yet, but it looks interesting. But yeah, I really don't know much.
I might even know less than you, so I totally get it. Totally get it. Heard this is good, though. It looks beautiful. Yeah. The art design on this is pretty staggering. Even just the steelbook itself, kind of gorgeous. Can't really complain. Yeah, check it out. Then we got a few more announcements to talk about. We've got July 29th, a 4K and Blu-ray release of Roadhouse from Via Vision in Australia. Nothing new as far as extras, but hey, who doesn't need a third territory to release Roadhouse on 4K? Are you into Roadhouse?
Have not seen that one. Patrick Swayze's great, but I actually have not seen that one. How about you?
It's all right.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. Nothing crazy for me. This one I'm dying to see, though. This was a weird one. So they put up all the pre-orders for July, and they forgot that they didn't actually announce some of the titles that were up for pre-order, and then they finally revealed them. July 29th, Imprint is putting out a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release of Tiger on the Beat 1 and 2. These are from 1988 and 1990, limited to 1,500 copies, and it's one of their steelbooks in a hard box with the book releases. This is going to be a 4-disc set, and this has all of the stuff that is coming on the other releases of these Golden Princess titles. Looks like a pretty dang solid release. It's also got this exclusive 60-page hardcover booklet with production stills and new essays by Paul Bramhall and Steve Copian. I've not seen these, but I've heard they are great, and they are coming from Arrow and Shout at some point. Not sure how they beat them to the punch with these, but in fact, Tiger on the Beat may have already been announced by Shout, and I'm just forgetting. Yes, these are Golden Princess titles. Tiger on the Beat was just announced, or it just came out, in April from Shout. So that one is available already.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, I need it. And then on the same day, they're also putting out the Bastard Swordsman collection from 1983 and 1984. We get both films of this. Not really much new. They've got, interviews with James Mudge and some other stuff that were on the other releases of these films, I believe. But that's it. Imprint Asia, they've been doing some great stuff, though. I really love what Imprint is doing with some of these Asian films.
Yeah, they have a horror Shaw Brothers set that I think looked really cool. I think they might have announced it, but then they've been doing announcements weird, so I get confused now because they delay the pre-orders. But there's another one coming out with a King Kong parody and some. I like when they add the magic, and I actually probably would prefer this box set because I like some of the Vuxia films. I haven't seen enough of them. To the other one seem more, the Tiger Beat seem more action guns, which isn't my lane as much. But I like when they add the aerobatics, which this set definitely looks like it has. I've seen a few King Hu films, which I enjoyed. So I should watch more. But
yeah. Sounds like you're into the wuxia stuff, and this definitely has. I probably
pronounced it wrong, but yes, I think I totally ruined that one. But yeah,
totally fine. Yeah, this looks great. I need to see these. We already talked about Kubrick, so no craziness there. The next Severin announcement is Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat from 1981, getting an announcement today that this is coming on 4K and Blu-ray during their sale. And the big thing is it was just Fulci's birthday, so happy birthday. Rest in peace, Fulci. We've got interview with the screenwriter on this, interview with the special effects artist, interview with the camera operator and the composer. Then on disc 3, they've got more special features, career interview with the actress from this, interview with Stephen Thrower, of course, talking about Fulci, had to have him on here. I got archival interviews with David Warbeck and then a locations featurette of In the Paw Prints of the Black Cat. This was released years ago by Arrow, and many people have that one. Speaking of Edgar Allan Poe, we got another, adaptation of this here. You into Fulci at all, or have you seen this?
I have not seen it, but I kind of like cat horror films, which is kind of a weird genre. But there's one called Eye of the Cat with Michael Cera's in that I think is hilarious in a good way. I don't know if it's scary, but I just kind of enjoy films that throw in a cat for no reason, and there are quite a number of them. But yeah, so on that basis alone, I think this seems fun, but no, I haven't actually seen this one.
Yeah, big Fulci fan. I'll have to have this eventually. I would love to have as many of his films in 4K as possible. It's been years since I've seen this one, but I remember mostly liking it. Mostly. And then New Wave out of Australia announced their 2 newest pre-orders that just went up tonight. So if you're into these, check them out. They are coming on Blu-ray in Australia in July. The first one is You Shoot, I Shoot from 2001. This cover is by Lucas Peveril. And from what I'm reading, this is a really funny and on-point cover art for this. This says, a hitman is hired for an unusual assignment. Not only must he eliminate his targets, but he must also film the killings as proof for his clients. When his amateur camera work fails to impress, he recruits an aspiring filmmaker to direct and shoot the murders with cinematic flair. That just sounds fun. As a film conceit. So yeah, I got to check this out. It says, what begins as a bizarre business arrangement soon evolves into a booming enterprise as the pair transform contract killings into stylized productions, complete with inventive camera work and special effects and growing artistic ambition. I mean, come on. We've got on here a director-approved special edition 1080p presentation of a 2K restoration by Orange Sky Golden Harvest. New commentary by the director, the editor, and the composer for the film. New audio commentary by James Marsh and Pierce Conran. A legacy making-of featurette, deleted scenes with intros by the director, a bloopers reel, the killings DV footage for this, deleted scenes with an intro by the director. I already read that once. Music video for the theme song on this, a trailer, plus a booklet with new essay by the director, and a slipcover here, like I said, with artwork by Lucas Peveril. Everybody, if you're not following New Wave Video and checking out what they're doing, all of their discs have been solid so far. Love what they have added to Australia. It's a very unique slant and entry into all of the output. And because it's Australia, it's it's an interesting world because it's kind of a free-for-all compared to some of the other titles that we can't get licensed in other countries. So good job, John. I love what you're doing. This is great. I need to see this. Robert, you just brought up one of the titles I thought of immediately. He says, "Man Bites Dog" is slapstick. Sold. Yeah, I definitely got to see this.
Yeah, I know. I haven't picked up any of New Wave yet, but I know they just released "A Cult Is My Passport," which I think is a fantastic movie. So I definitely want to check that out. And yeah, they seem like a cool new label. That one I just have a history with and I really like, so I was excited to see that one. Don't know anything about this film, but I like what they're doing, and I like that they had a delayed shipping, but now they announced it because they're letting it come out more naturally, and I think they have a cool approach to their release pre-orders.
Fully agreed. And this next one, if you've not heard of it yet, seems like it's very up your alley, Rachel.
Okay.
The next one in August is Kamome Diner from 2006. And yes, the cover art on this is very inviting, very beautiful. This is coming from their side label that they have called Nami Films. This is more of titles that aren't like extreme or like comedies and dramas from Japan. This one is from 2006. And it says, in the heart of Helsinki, a small Japanese cafe sits quietly, waiting for customers. Run by the warm and optimistic Sachi, the diner attracts a handful of unlikely visitors, including fellow Japanese expatriates searching for connection far from home, and Tommy, an eccentric Finnish otaku whose love of Japanese culture makes him one of the cafe's most devoted regulars. Together, they form an unexpected community, finding comfort in simple meals, shared conversations, and the small rituals of everyday life. This just sounds super like warm and kind and wholesome. It's shot on 35 millimeter film, directed by Naoku Onigami. It is a gentle and deeply charming celebration of friendship, food, and belonging. It's got a new interview with the director, a new visual essay by Japanese cinema expert Jonathan Clements, legacy 40-minute making of documentary on the film, and then a collector's booklet featuring a new essay by Alexander Heller Nicholas, which I'm excited for, and then new artwork by Carey Gallery with UV spot gloss finish. I mean, I kind of feel like I got to have this. This looks great.
Yeah, you were right. I would absolutely be interested in checking that out. I love those like. And now it's weird to think of them as old because I keep thinking that the 2000s weren't old. But I like when these gems come up because it's like we were talking earlier about how there's no good new movies. But I just consider like this kind, if it's a new to me film, and to me that's just as exciting. I love when labels find they're not known not because they're not good, and it just this sounds really cool.
I mean, we were talking about the 2000s not being old. This is a 20-year anniversary release for something that came out in 2006. Weird. How old are we?
I just still can't think of 2000s. It just seems like yesterday. It's weird.
It's a lot. All right. I think we are at the end with this one, if I remember right. And this says July 27th, we're getting a Blu-ray and DVD release in the UK of the film Deep Water, which we talked about a few weeks ago. This is the, I can't believe I'm about to say this sentence again, the plane crash shark attack movie. All right. Starring Ben Kingsley and Aaron Eckhart. I do kind of want to see this. Just, it sounds ridiculous. I do want to say, we talked about this film before, but the art here, we did not ever get to see until tonight. What is going on with these faces?
He went from like one of the greatest cover arts previously to now this, which is just explosions, and it's bad. That does not sell. I mean, shark water crash movie, that does, in its morbid, twisted way, sound interesting. That cover art, I don't even know that I mean, literal shark fin and crash plane. But I think they could have sold it more clear than stranded, surrounded, hunted. Like that, that doesn't tell me anything.
Oh, Ronnie, I love how empathetic you are. He was in a plane crash and then he was attacked by a shark. Just leave him alone.
True, that's a lot to go through.
Jesper says Rennie Harlan is a terrible director. He's made some great movies. How about The Strangers Chapter 2? Never mind, you're right. All right, let's, just in case you forgot what is coming out next week, we are getting Clint Eastwood's Hang 'em High on 4K from Kino, What Dreams May Come 4K from Shout, 51st Dates 4K, and Click 4K from Sony, Slither 4K from Scream Factory, the big ones that we mentioned earlier, Hairspray 4K and Desperate Living 4K. Which one of those two are you more excited about?
Desperate Living.
Good choice.
Mink Stole yelling out a window at people, at little kid for breaking her window is one of the greatest scenes. I'm so happy they're putting that out.
Yeah, the fact that we are getting 1977's Desperate Living on 4K in 2026 is kind of mind-blowing. I love both of these movies.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see them in weird 4K.
Plus, John Waters can talk about anything, and I will watch that bonus feature. I got to see him in person
Amazing.
For his birthday last year, and it just was one of the most... I'm a homebody, so getting out of the house is hard sometimes, and that was like one of the best things. I was so glad I left the house that day. It was really fantastic hearing him.
I can't imagine. I would love to be able to see him in person one of these days. Cult Epic's putting out Don't Play With Fire, which I still can't believe they went with that title instead of the original title. The Gray coming on 4K from Scream Factory. This was the standard edition release after they already did the Steelbook. Major Pain coming out with a new restoration on Blu-ray, and I'm buying that goddamn day one because it's the first movie I ever watched with my wife, and that's amazing. We've got Mr. K coming from Doppelganger. I believe that was one of the OCN titles. Sunset coming in one of those VHS retro packages from Alliance, which, again, $25. Come on. Solo from Radiance. We've got La Tête contre les Murs from Radiance as well. We've got The Last Showgirl finally coming on Blu-ray from Lionsgate. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the series coming from Amazon. Texas Rangers coming from Kino. Another one of those VHS retro titles, Love Lines. We got The Case is Closed, Forget It, getting a standard Blu-ray, same as The Day of the Owl from Radiance. Ping Pong coming from 88 Films. That one looked very interesting. Alpha getting a BDR of a modern filmmaker that has been beloved. And come on, Neon, we could have done so much better than that. It's ridiculous. We got a handful of other standards coming from Radiance. The Godson coming on a BDR as well. Badland coming from, I believe, MDD Visual. Eagles of the Republic from Cohen Media Group. And that is the bulk of the new stuff. John Waters is the big winner for you, it sounds like. Anything else that you're keen on?
I am interested in some of those Radiant standard editions. Like, I missed out on the one box set that had some of those Franco Nero films. And I was kind of curious about that Latette film, because I think it's by the same director who did Eyes Without a Face, which that movie I adore. So I like that they're... I think it's the same director, and I don't know anything about that particular film, but that, what is it, George Van Joe? I will not pronounce his name right. I will.
Can you keep trying for the next 12 minutes? Because I was into it. Georges Franju, I think?
Yeah. You see, I'll take even names that I'll say confidently, and so many times I'll listen to commentaries and realize that this name I've been saying wrong all my life, and I just didn't know, and it's horrifying.
That doesn't mean they're right. There's problems in commentaries all the time. Don't forget about that. But
yeah, so that interested. Well, Radiant, so in general, find some cool films. Some of those I would in the future be interested in picking up.
Patrick is waiting on a 4K of Major Pain. If Kino didn't even do the 4K, I hate to say it's likely never coming on 4K, Patrick. Just a heads up. Jesper says, why are the covers different here from the VS partners? These are just the opposite side of the sleeves. This is just what's going on Amazon. This is the standard covers on these. But anyways, that is it for what is coming next week. That is exciting. Been a good week of announcements. We got a lot more to talk about coming up soon, though. But tonight, and we got to get I don't want to say our feet moving, I guess, our mind going in a very different direction. What inspired this? I know that you were going to mention a very specific title for that.
So, I know you love French directors. I'm getting that impression. But one of my favorite French directors is Jacques Rivette. And he's a tough sell for people because his movies are very long. They're all usually about 3 hour long movies. I think they're beautiful, but that can be a tough sell. right out the gate. But this one, Up Down Fragile, it is technically a musical, but you don't actually hear the first song until an hour in, because that's Yvette's genius. But I just love this movie. It's one of those. It really epitomizes like the breaking into song out of nowhere, because literally you've waited an hour and you forgot that it was a musical at that point. But I think that's kind of fun. It's a really fun cast. Anna Karina's in this and she sings. But yeah, because like I said, I wanted to do something with musicals. But a lot of my favorite musicals are like Hair and that, which you talked about already. So I was trying to come up with a new spin, and then they started dancing in this, and that kind of was like eureka moment.
Well, let me share this, and you can tell us about the film.
Okay.
We're going to let this play for a minute. Everybody can see this as Rachel discusses the film. So hit us with this. This is from 1995, I think.
Yes. So what I love about this, and it just, these two people have never met. She just delivered a package to her house, and in a few minutes they're going to just start dancing for no reason, and I think that's beautiful. And it's very in the style of the classic like MGM musicals. But yeah, these two women, you'd think they knew each other. They don't know each other. She literally just brought those flowers to their house, and they're dancing up the staircase. And yeah, I think that kind of unbridled joy is what we need right now, which was another reason I picked Dancing Tonight. And yeah, it's just very like Audrey Hepburn would do this, but it's in a 90s movie, and it just is a beautiful thing. And yeah, so this is what inspired like what I wanted to talk about Dancing Tonight. Because
I don't even know what to say. Like, obviously, I've never seen this movie.
Yeah.
I need to, but this. Yeah. I mean, this looks fun.
It is.
The fact of hello, you're delivering a package. Let's dance upstairs in my home. Oh boy, that's
it's like one of
suspension of belief.
Too. It's about 3 different women, and they barely cross paths, and then finally these two cross paths, and it's like, oh, maybe there's a reason. And it's just not really. It's just, and then the third woman really never gets connected to the other two, but you just buy it, and they're all fascinating, and it's all like the third woman like spends most of the movie trying to figure out the name of a song that she keeps hearing, and that's the major drama, is finding out the identity of the song, and it's connected to her mother and all that. But it's just beautiful, and like these little small obsessions, which are the kind of mysteries that anybody can have. Like, finding the name of that song is important. And yeah, It's a great movie. It's weird, like all Shock Rivettes, but it's like based in real reality, but then it's just slightly skewed. And I think I love his films, and yeah, that is why we are here.
So I did kind of similar to you. I did pick 6, and we are talking about like not the 5 best of all time or anything like that, just 5 of our favorites. Yeah. But the moment that you said this, just to show how different we are and what our lists are going to be, you were inspired by that. And the first thing I thought of when I was younger, the scene from Big of them dancing on this piano in the middle of this department store was one of my first like really fun dance scenes in the film. And I love how they did this together. It's inspiring in a way. It's like one of those moments that energizes you in a very interesting, funny movie. But man, this could not be more different than 2 women hugging each other upstairs in a flat.
But it just makes me miss toy stores. I mean, I think FAO Schwartz still exists in some, but like that was the funnest thing. You go to a mall and you went to actually look at toys in person, and like you can't do that anymore. Toys R Us is gone. There just isn't toy stores, and you just have to buy things online, and it's just not the joy of getting to dance on a piano.
That is a very different type of joy, that's for sure. Yeah. Why don't you tell us about this one? This is your first choice here.
Okay, this is one that a lot of famous people in it, but nobody talks about this movie. It's called My Sister Eileen. That's Janet Leigh up front. That is Bob Fosse in the white jacket, who a lot of people will know, but this is him actually not directing. This is just him being a dancer in the film. It's Betty Garrett, who she's like the unsung hero of a lot of On the Town. She's the taxi driver love interest. And I just love this dance number. I imagine, and what's the name of the I wrote this down so I would get it. Tommy Roll, who's also a great dancer, is the Blue Jacket, but it's just nobody talks about this movie. Janet Leigh is not known, I don't think, to be really a dancer, but Bob Fosse is like heralded as one of the best, and for good reason, and she just goes for it in this number, and I just love watching her, and it just seems joyful, and it's fun, and yeah, it's My Sister Eileen is the movie. Dick York is in it from Bewitched. It's just one of those random ones that Twilight Time released, and it's one of those ones you turn on not really expecting much, and then it has a great little, she was in Laverne and Shirley. It's just all these, Bob Fosse isn't unsung, but you don't always get to see him actually playing just like a bit role, and I just love this movie.
Adam says they look mad.
That's one interpretation. I think it's joy. And you have to look a little crazy to bring joy sometimes. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of fun dance numbers in this movie. And like I said, Janet Leigh, I just love how she goes for it, because she could just be totally against these Pantheon dancers, stick out like a sore thumb, and she just goes for it. There's another version. I think there's a black and white version too. But yeah, this is the one I'd recommend. And yeah, it's just weird. And it like I said, it's not a movie that comes up a lot.
No, it's really not. I mean, the Twilight Time release came out ages ago at this point.
Yeah,
obviously.
It's still on. It's one of those ones that's hanging on Screen Archives.
Yeah.
So I think you can still pick it up. But yeah, it's fun. And I think Janet Leigh is one of those ones, like, as an actress, like, she's about to have her centennial next year. And I just think she gets unsung. I mean, she's Marion Crane in Psycho. But I think when I realized just how good an actress she was watching Touch of Evil. And ever since, I've just been wanting to see more. Like, we just got a new movie that Universal put out, Black Shield of Fulworth, medieval one with her and Tony Curtis. I just think she is so good, and I just think I took her for granted. Like in Psycho, it's talked about as a Hitchcock movie, it's talked about Anthony Perkins, but she as Marion Crane is fantastic, and I just think she doesn't get enough attention sometimes. I mean, of course, and she's known as Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, but she is a good actress in her own right. She just didn't always get the roles to show it off, and this is just... Right. It's a light comedy, but she really shines in it.
Speaking of shining, one thing that I always love is dance scenes that are send-ups of other dance scenes. And one of my favorite ones is from one of my favorite modern comedies, and that is The Lonely Island's Hot Rod, which this scene is Andy Samberg doing a really great riff on the classic Footloose, or what am I trying? The like fist punching weird random Footloose scene. The way he goes about this though is so perfect, and what is so great about this is there is a seamless transition that if I let this play long enough, it'll show. He goes from this amazing scene of pushing on this, and then he falls in the longest comedy falling sequence ever, and it's because he starts doing all these crazy jumps right after this gymnastic portion, which is clearly nonsensical. I love this movie, and if you've never seen Hot Rod, you absolutely need to. It's not as good as their following film, which I think is their best film, but now after he does these 800 flips after dancing for a moment, he then just falls down this side of this mountain for like the next 4 minutes. And it is one of the unnecessarily long comedy sequences that is just hilarious. And I love this movie. Everybody needs to check it out. And it's like the best vehicle for this was the dance. Like, you had to take it seriously for a moment to make the comedy of this funny. And I mean, this clip alone still has another literally 3.5 minutes, and he's still falling like way until here. So, like, it's another 35 seconds of falling after this. It is amazing. Andy Samberg is hilarious. I really wish people had checked it out more. The big thing, if you've never seen Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping, you need to. That movie is just incredible. The music in that is great. Speaking of good music, though, you know what your next choice was?
Yeah.
A movie that is amazing.
The opposite of unspoken about.
but great music.
Yeah.
West Side Story. Tell us about it.
I couldn't resist. I mean, it's Jerome Robbins' choreography, and the reason I love this song in particular, it's Get Cool Boy, and it just is all about rage. I mean, this is right. I mean, I think it's okay to spoil this one because
if
you haven't seen this one, you've probably seen the Spielberg. But the people, their leader of their gang just died, or not died. He was killed, and they're angry about it. And it's showing aggression through song, and just like they'll have these guys all of a sudden like randomly like, and I just feel like it's a very visual. How anger feels, like where you'll be calm and then all of a sudden you'll just snap again and it'll come back, and it's just all done in visual. And yeah, it's comedic that these gang members are dancing and snapping and it's all a little silly, but it's also truth. Like this guy, he's about to hit the car, and it's just how anger feels and how it just, you want to hit things, which is not a good way of getting it out. And it's just, and then male aggression, but putting it out in dance and expressing it instead of bottling it in, and healthy ways of getting it out. And I just love this song. It's my favorite song from the movie. I do think that, everybody knows this movie, but I don't think this is the song that comes up a lot. And I just always love just how it portrays getting outrage, and anything Jerome Robbins does. Not as big a fan of the Spielberg version. I still stand by the original, but this is one that I watched at a very early age. It made me fall in love with musicals, probably, and yeah.
This movie's great. I will say the Spielberg one is shot very well. Shows that he still has a lot of talent, and that's why I was hopeful for Disclosure Day and some of his other stuff. That being said, this movie's a classic, really well made. The music's just top notch. It's incredible. This is going to sound like bragging, and I don't mean this as an ego hit, but I will say, like, in a genuinely mind-blowing thing, I think it's crazy that we're discussing a movie from 1961, which is 65 years ago. Yeah. And on this channel, I've had somebody that has been in this video on this channel for an interview, and he's still alive. And Richard Bellwoar, like the fact that guy was engaged to somebody that was, murdered in the Manson murders, and he was in this classic and still went on to go do great civil rights acts and, fight for equality and work with David Lynch for decades. And, the amount of things that he has done in his life. And again, 1961, and he was on My Stupid Show. It's over 60 years later. It's crazy that I was able to talk to him. I still don't understand how that's life, but here we are.
And it's not a stupid show. It created a community. People show up every week. People look forward. I look forward to. So yeah, it's not stupid. So there you're wrong, but it is really cool that you had him on, and it's amazing. It's a huge accomplishment, and it speaks to why he showed up is because the show is so good.
1961. That's insane to me. My next choice is very different than Richard Bellwoar. This is a lot more serious than Hot Rod, I will say. But this is one of the first moments when I was growing up that I truly fell in love with like the magic of the movies. And I mean, I've got a lot of memories of this filmmaker, and so we've talked about him on here before, but one of my big points was Don Bluth. I love Don Bluth, and I love his style of animation, and my big scene that always got me was this incredible ball scene from Anastasia. And this movie is... it's special in so many different ways. I mean, first off, the voice cast in this is immaculate, but if we watch this long enough, like the rotoscoping that he does here and the choices of the ancestors and the spirits and all this is wild. And, obviously because some of the history behind this was discovered to be blatantly wrong since this movie came out, it's kind of sullied it a little bit. But this movie is genuinely incredible. Like the animation of the train crash in this film is jaw-dropping, still mind-blowing compared to like Moana 2 and stuff like that, which it blows those out of the water. There's a couple scenes in this where he animates in a way where it shifts the entire perspective, and it changed the way that I saw what you could do with movies. And God, this movie, special, not one that you would expect a 10-year-old boy to have as his favorite movie for a while, but God, did I love this movie. This scene in particular, look at that. Gorgeous to look at, gorgeous to think about. The animation in this, Don Bluth is just special. He did something so different and so wholesome compared to a lot of the Disney stuff. And I love Disney, believe me, but I don't know. This movie's just great. Love it.
I love that you chose that. It's one I wouldn't have thought of at all, but I adored it. I had the coloring books. I adored that film. I probably still have the coloring books because I probably wouldn't throw it away. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought of it, but I recently caught the Blu-ray because I've been wanting to revisit it, and yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that at all, but you're absolutely right. That scene's beautiful, and yeah, animation dance too. It's so many different forms, so many different styles, and it's just fun.
I mean, I guess as animation, I probably could have chose Beauty and the Beast too. I always loved that one growing up, and that scene, that song won an Oscar. It's a pretty big deal of that scene, and I love that dance scene in Beauty and the Beast. But Anastasia was just, I don't know, it was my movie. That one got me for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you want to tell us about Cheetah Rivera?
Yeah. This is Sweet Charity, which is one I didn't discover until the Kino Lorber Blu-ray, and it's so good. It's directed by Bob Fosse, so we're bringing him back. It's Shirley MacLaine, and it's Paula Kelly, and these three dancers. I mean, I could have picked a lot of numbers in this movie, but I just love. I mean, Cheetah Rivera is an icon, but there aren't actually that many movies. It's like she's an icon for theater, and she's an icon because of who she was and what she did, but there aren't that many movies that actually you get to see her. And because that's the thing with theater actors, they're great, but you don't always have that video footage. And this whole dance number is fantastic. I like the primary colors of the costuming. Yeah. It's just three super talents going for it. And I mean, it's kind of funny going from West Side Story to this, because I know there was a lot of anger, I think, that she wanted the Rita Moreno role. Yeah. But it's just a fantastic number. And I love, if you've never seen Sweet Charity, you can't go wrong with the Kino or the Indicator. I mean, one, you get a Kat Ellinger commentary. Another one, you get Lee Gambin, Alexandra Heller Nicholas, and what's the third name? I have it here. Kara Mitchell. I have both because it's just a really good film. A lot of great songs in it. Shirley MacLaine. I mean, there's a number in here in this film as well with oh God, I'm not thinking of the name, but I will think of the name. It's just a really fun movie, and it's just them going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending is pretty.
Really well shot. Lots of great framing. The setting here is beautiful. Sammy
Davis Jr., his number in this film, he only appears for one song. But yeah, thank you. That's exactly who I was thinking of. His number, it's a very hippie, very 60s, but it stands out, and he just walks in and walks away, and that's all he needs to do because he's Sammy Davis Jr.
I mean, charisma to the max.
Yeah, and the song is a banger. This is one of those movies that you'll just turn on YouTube to have in the background. It's good stuff.
Well, this next pick for me is kind of that exact sort of thing. We're going to go from the 60s to the 80s. Okay. This is one, I think we brought it up a few weeks ago, at least as like a little bit of an honorable mention of the rock and roll movies episode that I did with Josh. And this one, I don't know, growing up with this, this was the definition of cool. And I couldn't not talk about this scene in the Blues Brothers. And this entire performance was, things that I remember trying to emulate for hours. Everything about the way that these guys interact with an audience and each other and get people to laugh and enjoy the music. Like, the small movements leading into every aspect of just getting people to go wild. I adore this entire movie. Don't talk about it enough, but The Blues Brothers is classic. How do people just not discuss The Blues Brothers like it's not one of the foundational films? I adore these two together. But yeah, the movements in this are hilarious and long lasting and fun and just energetic. Love it. How do you feel about The Blues Brothers?
I am going to do another shame admission that I have not seen The Blues Brothers.
Hey, you should see The Blues Brothers.
I completely agree. It is on the list. But I like how you said, like, here it's in comedy and sometimes it's drama. It's just different ways of using the same medium. And yeah, I will watch The Blues Brothers. I promise you. But if I ever come back here, which I would love to do, yeah, but then I will have watched The Blues Brothers by the next time we speak.
Sweet.
Maybe
Maybe
I'll
we can
watch it this week if I can. I will make that a priority.
Maybe we can talk about it in the magazine. Ronnie says The Blues Brothers is definitely foundational for me. One of my most watched movies from my childhood. Nice, Ronnie. Favorite scene in Blues Brothers is the Minnie the Moocher performance. Good choice. Avoid Blues Brothers 2000s. Yeah, that's not a real movie.
I didn't know they made a remake.
Oh, don't watch Blues Brothers 2000. Yeah, great movie. Check out Blues Brothers if you've never seen it.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready for our next one?
Yeah, sure.
Here you go. Bringing it up now.
All right. I love Jacques Demy. And so I could not do this and not do a Jacques Demy film. And again, there's a pattern. George Chakiris from West Side Story. And Gene Kelly's in this film as well. I mean, I feel like Umbrellas of Cherbourg gets a lot of the attention. I don't love that film. I mean, that's a sing-through musical. Like I said, I kind of prefer where it's a sing-through musical, so it's weird that they're singing the whole time, but it becomes normalized. I like the break into dance. I like when it's not normal. I like and here are two talented people as they come, and this is another very extremely catchy song, and just shocked to me. I got the Criterion. That was a good Criterion box set because everything is single cases. And also it's a great box set because shocked to me. And I got that box set when I was in a particularly unhappy place, and these movies are joy. Besides that, just everything, the fantasy of his films, the colors of his films. I mean, a lot have tried to imitate it. La La Land is totally off of Jacques Demy's style, but not as good, in my opinion. If you do like those movies, please check out Jacques Demy's work. And Catherine Deneuve is in this, and her sister, who sadly she passed away way too young. The sister, but it's just a fun movie. It's addictive. It's catchy. They're so smooth in how they move. I just love the dynamism of it. And yeah, Jacques Demy is just overall one of my favorite directors because he understood fantasy and imagination. Yeah. Color is definitely, and yeah. And he was at the same time, we talk about these very serious minded, French New Wave directors, and he gets left out a lot, even though he was the same time, but he was not doing the more realistic. I mean, not that Breathless has the crazy editing, but it's more of a grounded story. But he deserves the attention. Yeah, Umbrellas of Cherbourg is the one that gets brought up a lot, and I mean, Donkey Skin is great too. That is a musical as well. And it's just a lot of fun. If you want fun. If you're feeling sad, turn on a Jacques Demy film. And yeah, there'll be subtitles, but that's okay.
Subtitles are always okay.
Yeah.
You know what else is okay? Is that it's Pride Month. And with it being Pride Month, I couldn't not pick the most obvious choice for me. And so, I mean, you got to do it again. So everybody's got to do the time warp again. The amount of times that this has come up, and, after seeing it at a theater and seeing everybody dance in front of a big screen, and there's something special about Rocky Horror, but this in particular, without the title, without the name of the song, the dance moves alone, and this diagram is something that people can see and know exactly what we're talking about. I think that this is one of the most infectious parts of movies ever. There's something so unique about the community around this, obviously, and that aspect of movies, I don't know, is what makes it special. I adore this. Craig has never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. It looks like Craig, you got to watch it. This is amazing. The 4K looks great. Give it a watch. Great song. I will give a shout out to Tenacious D put out a cover of this a couple of years ago. This is kind of amazing, and they did. I mean, it's Jack Black. You know he's going to do well at it, but the whole thing is just great. Rocky Horror. Hopefully you've seen this one.
I don't know. Honestly, I've seen most of it. I don't know if I've ever actually watched it from beginning to end. I always catch it at different moments. I just love a song that's had a life outside of the movie. Like everybody, even if you haven't seen Rocky Horror, you know Time Warp, and I just think that's kind of interesting. Man, I mean, it is part of the movie, but it has its second life, and which songs end up having that second life? And what is that?
I just the dancing.
I heard that it was Coming to the Spear, which I know they did that to Wizard of Oz, which boo with AI. But to be honest, I've definitely seen a good chunks of it, but I don't think I've seen it from beginning to end, and I really want to see Shock Treatment. Shock Treatment is wild. We really need a U.S. release of that, and because that has Jessica Harper and Phantom of the Paradise. In terms of another rock musical, it's amazing. There should be more rock musicals that just bring them back.
I honestly fully agreed. All right. We each have one more choice left. Eager to hear what you're going to say about this one. Okay. Love me some Gregory Hines. Let's cover it.
All right. So this is White Nights, which I've written about for the magazine, and is a movie I unabashedly adore. It's what is there not to adore? It's Gregory Hines, Mikhail Baryshnikov, dancing together. You have the great ballet dancer, you have the great tap dancer, and they're going to do a number together. It's what the whole movie was. You're waiting for the whole movie, and there's throughout the movie, it's great songs. And it's a crazy Russian defector plot, which has nothing to do with Mikhail Baryshnikov's real life. I'm sure they weren't inspired at all. But it's fun. Isabella Rossellini's in this film, and it's just, I could watch these two all day. It's charisma to the max. I mean, it's super talents, and they collaborated on a movie. And it's a crazy Russian story, but a lot of stories. I mean, real life is stranger than fiction. It's really, I adore this movie. I see a lot of mixed reviews for it. I don't know why. If all it had was the dancing, this movie would be worth seeing, because you get moments like this, and it's just fantastic. And if you have not seen White Nights, I highly recommend it.
I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. It's so good.
I was talking earlier about the craft, and the fact that these guys are so in lockstep is exactly what I'm talking about. That seems impossible. You should not be able to do this at the exact same time. No. But no, they're just perfect. This is just amazing.
And it's totally their specialties. I mean, they're completely different styles, and they found a way to combine them. And I mean, I think they came up with a lot of the choreography too, but Twyla Thorpe, who did the choreography on Hair, is the choreographer on this movie, and Hair is my favorite musical of all time, so I wanted to acknowledge. But you don't have that in Hair. All the songs kind of blend into each other. You don't have that you can't, that single out song where this really showcases the whole movie, and this is a standalone moment that is just brilliant. And there are other brilliant moments in this movie as well. Both of them have different solo numbers, and it's just good stuff, and
looks good.
It's fun. It's a weird concept, and it's all about defecting and there's spy drama, but who doesn't like that? It just adds to it.
Well, you know what else is weird? Other than the fact that this is already somehow 20 years old, this movie in particular, I just love a scene that will inspire you to let loose. And that's why the last one I wanted to talk about is the climax of 2006's Little Miss Sunshine, where the entire family joins little Abigail Breslin on stage with frickin' Toni Collette up on stage making a fool of herself. This whole family, Steve Carell, Paul frickin' Dano that Tarantino hates. I love this scene for so many reasons, but this really awkward, like, this should not be a kid dancing on stage. And everybody's like, fine, we're just gonna go up and embrace it and love it and create something and do it. I loved this movie when it came out. I've always loved this movie. I wish more people would see it, but this scene is probably the funniest way they could have ended this film. And the fact that it goes on for so long, it just makes it so worth it. And it's awkward and silly, and him getting so into it so quickly is hilarious. Have you seen Little Miss Sunshine?
I love Little Miss Sunshine. I think it was my first rated R movie, and I remember because I was so scared because I was a rule follower. I was not somebody who sneaked around and watched rated R movies. Like, I was so worried that because I don't think I was quite old enough yet, and and it was my own policing. I don't know why, and I adored this movie. I had the soundtrack. I got the DVD for Easter. I love everything about this movie. It exemplifies the being weird and just going for it. And It doesn't matter if everybody else is giving you weird looks or leaving the theater. It's okay. And this is a fantastic. I adored this movie. I was obsessed with this movie this was my personality for a while. I loved Paul Dano's character. And Tarantino's wrong. Shocker. But yeah,
Tarantino's wrong about something.
Yeah,
what?
It never happened. But yeah, I love Little Miss Sunshine, so that is a great choice.
Some great performances in that movie. A real big fan of that one. This has been a fun topic. Good choice.
Thank you. I think just we need more dancing in life, especially right now. There's a lot to be depressed about, and I'm not saying dance your cares away. No, we have to deal with it, the real world too, but sometimes you just need those breaks and find it where you can, and to me dancing is a way of doing that. And I say it like I dance all the time, and I don't, but I should. I want to be like these characters and just go for it. And yeah, I just think that's what movies are fun. Movies don't have to be entirely every day. That's what makes them special, and escapism. Yeah, escapism is important. That's kind of one of the main reasons to get into all this, and us having a third space where we can all come together and appreciate things together, and not cast judgment based on that is one reason why I love this channel. I love all of you guys, and this has been a blast. Thanks for doing this. This is just incredible. And of course I gotta have you back eventually, so thank you. I just really love being here. I love talking to everybody. I think earlier somebody had a list of movies and mentioned some Lubitsch films. I just love musicals. There's tons I miss. Like, I didn't do a Fred Astaire film. I know that. I didn't do Nicholas Brothers. I didn't do a lot of people. But that's just, like you said, there's modern dance films, there's old dance films, and they're all worth seeing. And there's films, and like I didn't include television, like we talked about. You mentioned Twin Peaks. Yeah. I mean, talk about a show where that is not a musical show, and then they'll have randomly Ray Bies will be dancing for no reason. And that's the beauty of it. And dance through life. And thank you. And I definitely going to watch Blues Brothers. Yes. Promise that I will, and I will get back to you too. So there will be proof that I have done it. But
Matt says this was a fun topic, and thanks for your amazing contributions to the physical media advocate.
You just kind of write them sometimes, and you hope people are reading them. So thank you. That really means a lot. And I really love coming up with different articles. Every month I owe you an article right now, which I'm working on.
No pressure.
But, yeah. No, I want to get it done. But yeah, I just like having that monthly chance to figure out a new topic.
Well, everybody that wants to look forward to you want to tease what is maybe coming soon?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. So I'm trying to do more podcasting, and there might actually be a podcast coming up called, you said I could tease the title.
Tease it, why not?
Beyond the Valley of the Discs, and it'll be with my friend Jerome Router, hopefully, I've never actually said his last name out loud, so I hope I got that right. But we're going to be talking about probably something movie related, but it's called Beyond the Valley of the Discs, and he's somebody I've known for forever. We used to write for a website that no longer exists, that's not current, that was run by Kieran Fisher, to give him a shout out, because it was a great website. We then worked for Diabolic Magazine together, and now we're actually going to talk to each other for the first time. We've always communicated, but just we're going to talk, and you might get to hear what we say. So I'm excited to do that. I'm excited. I'll be guesting on a few podcasts, which I'm really excited about. And still writing for Comic-Con, and still writing for the Physical Media Advocate. And don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Good. We need you. I'm excited for more female voices in podcasting. That's important. And your take on classic Hollywood is always interesting. And
Thank you.
I mean, again, incredible title. Very, very stoked that nobody else has ever used Beyond the Valley of the Discs. It's such a great, obvious title. It's awesome.
Thank you. I gotta give Russ Myers some credit for that one, but yeah.
A little bit, I guess. Thanks, Russ. All right. Well, until next time, check out the Physical Media Advocate. Check out Rachel's ongoing happy birthday column in there, and be on the lookout for Beyond the Valley of the Discs.
All right.
Thanks, Rachel.
Ryan.
We'll see you next time. Have a good week, all. Stay safe.
You too.
Thank you for watching The Disconnected. On the way out, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, and that you've copied the link to be able to share with someone else that may appreciate this.
Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind the scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, and let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
Hello, filthy movie lovers. My name is Gentry Austin.
And I'm Casey Scott.
And we're the hosts of the Sin Syndicate, film podcast for something weirdos, anti-criterion bros, and Joseph Sarno aficionados. Join us semi-weekly as we peer into the adults-only theaters and sticky-floored cinemas of the golden age of sexploitation, when the morals were loose, the laws were murky, and the intercourse was all simulated. Find us now on the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
You are now listening to the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.